to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort. See what we can do for you with a free fitting. Just stop in or schedule an appointment. With over 200 stores, there's likely one near you. Find yours at goodfeet.com.
Everybody needs good feet.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T level is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They're in Midtown in the Cal Sutter Medical Building and also offer telemedicine appointments. Plus, with free shipping directly to you, Revive takes the hassle out of treating low T and ED. Schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation today. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Can we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sactown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
Yeah, how you doing? Tell you what, really looking forward to Drape's Takes coming up here about 10 minutes. Last one of the, won't be the last Drapes Takes, but the last one of this Kings regular season. The Drapes, I got to tell you, I was so, I don't even know what the word would be, down, I guess, in a way, after Friday. This Saturday, I got up, and there's all the games. I was like, I don't want to watch basketball. I didn't even want to watch. And by the time the Lakers and Nuggets were on in the evening, I was like, all right, okay. But, in the morning, Saturday morning was, I was like, I just wasn't ready to watch basketball again. Still processing that loss.
I'm with you, man. It's even to this moment, I'm still having a hard time wrapping around it's over. And it shouldn't be. And we heard from the guys earlier today. They did their exit interviews, and you could hear it in their voice and what they said. They don't believe that it's over, And this is a case in point. This is one where you should just bottle up, send this to the Smithsonian, Webster's Dictionary, whatever it is, because this was a case of if you would have taken care of business against the bad teams, you wouldn't be here. I've been saying all year long, Sacramento, the losses to Charlotte, to Washington would not matter if you stood on your business in the play-in tournament. They didn't. So now those losses, we can look directly back at those losses and say that's where this season was lost.
Harrison Barnes speaking to, I assume it was Sam Amick, in The Athletic today. It was incredible. Harrison Barnes, who's on the team, it was like he was a fan calling into our show or something. He said it's easy to focus on the last few games when Malik wasn't there, but he said early in the year, those losses, those are the ones that really, that's what fans have been saying, right? This is HB. And he also said too many of those games we didn't bring the right frame of mind. My jaw dropped. Yeah, but it's the truth.
And they're telling you. I mean, De'Aaron Fox today talking about free throws, like all the things we were complaining about during the season, and they're like, it's 1 of 82. It's just one game. Now they're saying it after the season. If we would have beat these guys, if we would have made our free throws, we've been saying that all season long, and it's frustrating, man, because this team was better than what this season gave us. Let's keep it real. This team underachieved by all stretch of the imagination. I don't care about how strong the Western Conference was. I don't care about OKC coming on, Minnesota. This team was better than a 46-win team.
Let me tell you real quick what the best piece of basketball I saw all weekend was. Jay saw it, and Drape sent Jay and I a little video clip of his playing last Thursday. At the club. coming down with that sweet
Lifetime, yes.
sweet left-handed jump shot. That's the best basketball I saw all week.
Dude, I'm telling you, you thought I was just joking.
No,
like,
I mean,
Mike Brown should have signed me to a 10-day after that jumper.
Well,
like,
yes.
if they needed somebody to hit shots, they could have hollered at your boy.
And they needed somebody to make shots. They needed somebody to make shots all year long. To me, that's the number one thing, and we'll talk about it all summer long, how the Kings can get better. The one thing to me that they needed more than anything else this year, they have an offense that's built on good shooting, and they weren't a very good shooting team.
I mean, and you can go down the board, player by player by player. Outside of Harrison Barnes, De'Aaron Fox, his efficiency was down. I'm talking about 2-point efficiency. Kevin Huerter, his was down. Keegan Murray, his was down. And so when you have a historic offense like you did last season, you need those shots to fall. And there's no, their defense was what Mike Brown wanted, and it still wasn't good enough. The offense let this team down this year.
And I'm not feeling badly about the attitude that Jay and I, and I know you warned us about it, and you were right, and Jerry was on, and you guys warned us about it. But reading today that this is no surprise. The team, the players themselves, they expected to win that game against New Orleans.
They did, yes.
Thought we should win this game.
Right. We all thought that.
Yeah,
you guys were way more confident than I was. But here's the thing. You may think that, but the Pelicans knew they could beat you. You were hoping and thinking you could, but they knew. Herb Jones knew. Brandon Ingram knew. Trey Murphy knew that they could beat you guys. And to lose to a team 6 times is one thing. But for all of them except one to be double digits, like that's embarrassing. Going into that game, the margin of defeat was 19. Think about that. So that's not, I don't, maybe we gave this Kings team too much credit. Maybe we were being overzealous homers over here by thinking they could actually beat them. Because when you look at it, they've kicked our butts time and time and time again, Whitey. We have to just say the Pelicans are better than us right now.
There's a lot of talk today, and when I say talk, I'm talking about a couple of pieces on the Kings. There's one in The Ringer by Howard Beck, and then there's the one in The Athletic. There's a lot of talk about how, the Kings have to stay patient, and that's certainly true, and we've learned that over the years. There are many instances of teams right now in the NBA that are playing well that were very patient, and now they're reaping the rewards of that. So, yes, the Kings have to be patient, but they also have to get better. You can't just sit there just wait. They're going to have to do some things clearly to upgrade the roster, which, again, is going to make this offseason another roller coaster ride, I fear.
Yes, and I'm worried about the moves the Kings could make. You look at their draft capital. Right now, their first-round pick for the next 3 years is tied up with the Atlanta Hawks in that Kevin Huerter trade. We need to somehow get that to convey. I don't know how you do it. Does Atlanta say, you know what? If it's number 6 this year, we'll take it, or whatever it may be. Or, well, it wouldn't be number 6. Number 4 this year, we'll take it. And if you're the Kings, would you even do that? But when you look at the Malik Monk situation, your cap situation, and your draft capital, you don't have a whole lot to do. You can't make major moves and go out there right now and get a Pascal Siakam. So this is, I think, where Monte McNair has to earn his keep this offseason.
By the way, you want a really good example of great teamwork?
Yeah.
Just a minute ago, I was talking about that story and what HB said in the story. Yeah. And I said, I assume he said that to Sam Amick. Sam Amick just messaged me, said, that was Slater, Whitey. I wasn't in New Orleans. Was obviously teamed up on the story, but I was in Sac. Look at that, giving his teammate credit.
And you know what that tells us? He's listening right now.
Oh, yeah.
He's listening right now.
Thank you, Sam.
He understands the best afternoon sports show in the market. He knows what to listen to. I appreciate you, Sam. But no, I mean, they're in a pickle right now. They're in a bind because when you look at it, what do you do with Harrison Barnes? What do you do with Kevin Huerter? What do you do with the draft capital you have? And who's available? I'm looking at and hearing Trae Young to the Lakers. I'm hearing all these big names going here, going there, going everywhere. What are we going to do? Don't tell me Dorian Finney-Smith is the answer. Don't tell me, somebody else that's, a borderline starter is the answer. We either need Keegan Murray to become an all-star level talent, but we got to do something drastic.
Here's what you have to work with, as you well know, as most Kings fans know. You have the $12.9 million mid-level exception.
Yep.
You have your draft pick this year. As of now, they could trade that. They could end up, maybe they agree to something with Atlanta and they end up conveying it. But as of now, they have that pick, which slots right now 12th or 13th. Could move up.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Jason Anderson ran one of the Lotto simulations, and he said, my first simulation, Kings get the first pick.
Really?
There's like 0.4% chance of that. But that's all possible.
Right.
Other than that, you hope to bring Malik back, but you're really hamstrung as far as what you can offer him. Other than that, you would have to put together a major trade in order to bring in significant talent. That's the reality where they are right now.
Right. And it's, I don't know. It frustrates me. And I said this the other day on the pregame show on NBC. How can the Celtics have Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Porzingis, Al Horford, Derek White, Drew Holiday, have all these stars, and we don't have any flexibility? I just don't get that. Like, what are we doing wrong here? Like, and I understand they got Drew Holiday on the cheap. They got Porzingis on the cheap. Who's that next guy that we can get on the cheap that could have a bigger role here in Sacramento and play extremely well? I'm going down the list. I don't know if you got the free agents list right there. I'm going team by team. I'll let you know if I find somebody that I actually like for this team, but they got to do something.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll focus more on the names, but I was looking more at the names on the bottom, just thinking, that mid-level. And there's some guys that could help you, but nobody there is like, whoa, needle move.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's,
And I like Obi Toppin and I like Jalen Smith.
But good rotation, guys.
Yeah.
But is that the difference between us beating the Pelicans or not? No. Obi Toppin is not going to all of a sudden make us, a championship contender. Will he help? Yes. Here's the thing about the Sacramento Kings and where we stand right now. Let's call it what it is. You need top-level talent to win a championship. And I'm not talking one player. I'm not talking two, maybe even three, unless you have a generational guy. So let's say, for instance, we matched up with Milwaukee in the finals. Giannis and Dame would probably be the two best players.
Yeah.
Matched up with Boston. Tatum and Brown, probably the two best players. If not, they probably got 4 of the next 5 or something like that. And so where's our depth? We don't have the depth. We saw you lose Malik, you lose Kevin. It went off the cliff. And so we got to do something, man. Do we swing for the fences and go out there and try to get a Torrey Craig, something like that in free agency? I don't know what other trade chips, guys that are out there that we can get, man.
Yeah, it'll become more clear. But as far as what the Kings will do, I think they're going to take the more patient, underwhelming approach.
Hold on. What does that mean? What does that mean, Whitey?
That means not the major swing for the fences. I'm not saying that's what they should do. Right now, that's what I think they're more likely to do. But we got lots of time to sort that out.
Yeah.
We come right back at you with Drapes Takes, the regular season finale edition. When we come right back, Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of the spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
I will get through this this grim Monday together. Thanks for all your participation already. The chat, on the text line. Before we get to Drape's Takes, can't wait for Drape's Takes myself.
Yeah, we got that.
Something really funny last night happened. I don't know if you watched any of the Pelicans and the Thunder. I can understand how some Kings fans might say, nah, I just couldn't watch that. But there was a moment late in the game. It's a 2-point game, 2.5 minutes to go, and the ball goes out of bounds, and you can't tell who it's off of, and players are pointing, everybody's pointing their way, and the officials look at each other, and they put their hands up. They jump ball. Did you see this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so, and then they review it. Mark Dagnall calls timeout because he thinks it's off of the Pelicans. So he calls timeout to review it. They review it, and they find out that it actually was off of OKC. So it's a successful challenge. And you could see him talking to, I think it was Tony Brothers, and you can read his lips. He's going, Tony, what? He goes, what? You said it was a successful challenge. What? And it's like, it was. And he goes, then I don't understand the rule. So he won the challenge because they overruled the jump ball, but he didn't get the ball.
He didn't get the ball.
Well, I don't get it, Tony.
And people are like, why would you challenge that? Like, why? Unless he thought 100% sure his team was going to get the ball, because it would have just been a jump ball, and at least you have a chance.
Yeah.
Instead,
I
you
think
challenge
Holmgren
it.
was jumping.
Yes,
too.
you would have had Chet jumping it up. And so, fortunately, they got the window, man. That would have been a major blunder by Mark Dagnall.
Yeah, it's just funny how we get confused about the rules, and there's a coach there going, what? I don't understand the rule. Right now, it's time for Drape's Takes.
Calm down, Lion. Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
My Sacramento Kings brethren, brothers and sisters out there listening on the YouTube chat, driving home right now, in your car, working, whatever you're doing, I'm still feeling the pain at what happened Friday night. And really what we saw Friday night was a microcosm of this entire season. The Kings roller coaster ride. They started off this game fine. They gave us hope, and then bam, second half, once again, it came crashing down. And when I look at Mike Brown and I look at this players and I look at the collection of talent, I can only say I feel like we underachieved this year. And that's the worst. Because as a coach, you want to coach your guys up. You want a team of overachievers. Mm-hmm. We underachieved this year. And here's the thing about the NBA, Whitey. You know this as well as I do. You can't take these opportunities for granted. Who knows? Houston might be better next year. San Antonio's coming. And so the Kings' opportunity is right now because all these other teams, Minnesota's not going anywhere. OKC's not going anywhere. I don't think Denver's going anywhere. And now you have the Pelicans. It's going to get tougher next season in the Western Conference. And so I'm disappointed that this team was never able to figure it out. Losses in November to Houston. Losses in December to Portland and Charlotte. Well, they got time to figure it out. They never figured it out, Whitey, and that's a head scratcher to me. So disappointing for me.
And I think one of the fatal's too strong a word, but one of the key missteps for the Kings this year was that they basically ran it back, tried to improve around the edges, and the rest of the West got, in many cases, so much better.
Right. It was an arms race,
yeah.
And we decided to stand pat. And, I don't know what deals were offered, what was out there, but you look back at it, other teams made adjustments, made moves, they got better, we didn't. My second Drape's take has to do with what we saw Friday night. And I said this on the post-game show the other day. I felt like I only saw two guys with a pulse, and that was De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. And I know Harrison Barnes cares. I know Davion cares. I know all these guys care. But in a game like that, I need to see the blood, sweat, and tears on the floor. Too many times this season, and really since I've been here the last 4 years, we've been okay with teams kicking our butt. When are we going to say enough is enough? I thought De'Aaron tried his best. Sure, the results weren't all, and he made some mistakes. Domas always lays it on the line. But we got to get some scrappers. Mm-hmm. We got to, when Najee Marshall is all up in De'Aaron Fox's grill and pressing up on him, where's our Dylan Brooks? Where's our Marcus Smart? Where's our Patrick Beverley? So in addition to getting a 3-and-D guy, another star, whatever, we need somebody with some guts, some heart and soul, somebody out there. I need to see that next season from the Kings.
Try this on. Maybe your Dylan Brooks, your Patrick Beverley is Najee Marshall, who's a free agent.
Oh,
try that on.
I would like Najee Marshall in a heartbeat because I watched him last night to knock down some threes.
And I think for the mid-level, I
would do that in a second because what he showed me the other night against De'Aaron Fox, pressing up on him, to me that sends a message. It's not going to be sweet. You're going to have to earn this. Where's our guys doing that to the other team? That it's not going to be sweet against us. And so that was one of the disappointments of this season, man.
I thought Keegan was, he didn't have the belly for the fight or whatever. And also, understandable but disappointing, Keon, just the moment was too big for him. At least it looked like it.
Yeah, he had a rough night, man.
Yeah.
And
I love Keon.
And we love Keon, and I think it caught up to him, and it's his first trip to the postseason, first trip in the play-in. And so obviously it caught up to him. But he's a young player. We're talking about a guy on a two-way that we gave a contract to that we're starting in the biggest game of the year. And so, it was clear, we miss Malik and Kevin Huerter, two veterans. With that being said, as you go into next season, I think the most important offseason this is for one player is Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray is a number 4 overall pick, ladies and gentlemen. I looked at the numbers, Whitey. We talked about Peja Stojakovic and the leap he made. Well, Jason Tatum in year 3 went from 15 points per game to 22 points per game. It is time, and De'Aaron Fox talked about it earlier today, it's time for Keegan Murray to say, you know what? I'm one of those dudes too. I'm not deferring to De'Aaron. I'm not deferring to Domas. I'm a 1A also. I look at Boston. I keep bringing them up because that's what I know well. Jason Tatum is clearly the best player. But if you were to ask Jaylen Brown who the best player was, he would probably say himself. I need Keegan to say, you know what? I'm the best player. I need 20 points per game next year for Keegan Murray because I feel like this offseason is critical for him. Year 3. If you ain't got it by year 3, are you going to become just the next Brandon Ingram? Are you going to become the next Kyle Kuzma? Is that it? Just a guy that gets empty buckets? I need him to say, this is my team too, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Catch and shoot Keegan has to give way to move out of my way, Murray.
Yes. Yes. Because here's the thing. Not only because he's the number 4 pick, not only because he has the talent, but because I don't see any life vests or anybody riding in on a white horse to come save us.
Right.
Like
the way it's set up is like, you're the guy.
You're the guy.
Yeah.
You got to be the guy. And so Keegan Murray has to have a major offseason. And here's what I want to see specifically from Keegan. Hopefully he's listening and writing this down. Obviously, you got the catch and shoot game.
Sure he is.
I'm sure. We've seen you put the ball on the deck. I need to see more aggressive moves from you as you go to the basket, looking to dunk everything. But also, where's your playmaking? I want to see you drive and kick yourself, make others around you better. It seems like we're bringing Keegan along slowly. Now we need to fast track it. We can't handle him with kid gloves anymore.
He said today, I'm sure you heard it, he said the way teams started focusing on him, he said it was eye-opening. That's not an excuse. That's just a realization that, as the Kings need to rely on him more, other teams are focusing on stopping him more as well.
Right. And I think when you look at Monty and you look at what they were trying to accomplish, there's a reason why they gave him the green light during the summer league so that he could get accustomed to being the dude. And he sort of at times was, and then at times he just, he was happy with whatever food he got to eat that night. Sometimes, Keegan, you got to be tired of the mac and cheese from a box. Sometimes you got to look at Mike Brown or your mom or whoever and say, I want the homemade mac and cheese. I want the steak and potatoes. I want the lobster. I want the shrimp. Don't just have the same thing every night, Keegan Murray. Go out there and take it, young fella.
Yeah, because we know he can do it.
Right.
That's a good thing. It's not like, is this guy even a player? We know he's a player.
Exactly.
It's a matter of can he become a great player or a very good player as quickly as the Kings need him to.
Yes, exactly. That's Drapes Takes. It's brought to you by Alsco Uniforms. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms.
Now, a lot of people are going to be wondering, are we still going to have Drapes Takes?
we always.
There you go.
Yeah, here's the thing, Whitey.
Yeah.
You know this as well as I do. Drape's takes could happen at any minute.
That's right.
You know, any
That's
kind
right.
of rant. Exactly. And so, yeah, we're going to have Drape's takes all throughout the
Yeah.
summer. You know, I'm going to be riffing on my golf game, basketball, hanging with Jay and Whitey. Like, it could be a take about anything. We're going to have it for sure.
Can I tell you the one thing that killed me about the game above anything else Friday?
Yeah, what you got?
Mike Brown said it too. It was the turnovers, and I know that's what he mentioned after the game. But there's two in particular. You know, they're down 11. Fox makes a 3, down 8. Then you get a stop. Then you get the ball. Keon comes up the left side of the floor, and he looks in the corner, and there's HB, and you got Herb Jones in between him.
Yeah.
And he looks kind of fakes, decides I'm going to throw it there anyway, and he throws it right to Herb Jones. They go down, make a 3.
Yeah.
It's like, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
Yeah.
You see the pass that De'Aaron tried to throw from like the right sideline to the left corner.
Yeah, and
through
with the one
key?
hand, like,
Yeah,
yes,
it's like,
yes.
wow.
It was a lazy
What are you
pass.
doing?
What
Yeah.
are you doing? And that shows and this is something I brought up back in March when Keon Ellis started getting minutes. The one thing about Keon early on when he became a starter, he was locked in mentally every single play. I feel like the Kings as a unit, and I'm not pointing out any one person. It might have been HB one night. It might have been De'Aaron, if Domas. They lose focus sometimes during the game and make the sloppy turnovers, the sloppy mistakes. And that came back to cost them.
Remember, Kyle, they were playing well in the first quarter. It's like, I think they were up 7.
Yes.
And then I think they turned the ball over like 3 times in a row or 5
and it was like
times.
back-to-back threes or something like that.
And then at that point, the game started going the other way again.
Right. And let me ask you this, though, because is Jay back there? He's kind of quiet there. He's
busy.
He's in his
busy.
feelings about Friday.
No, I'm not in my feelings. I'm doing work for sound.
Right.
You know, you guys are going to be asking for a lot of sound, and you know, you got to
doing a lot of
can't say
work
it.
back there.
Can we at least put some respect on the Pelicans before we go to the break? Can we at least say, you know what? They brought it. They were better than we should have taken them more serious.
Trey Murphy is good.
How about this? I'll take it one better, and a lot of people might not want to hear this, but the truth, the Pelicans are just better than the Kings.
Way better.
I don't even have to say they brought it. They're just a better team right now.
Yeah.
All right, now y'all going a little too far.
No,
they
you don't get beat. You don't get slapped around like the way they did, and you can't say they're better.
Yeah. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. We'll get to your calls. We'll get to the text line. We'll get to the chat. And what's with this Mike Brown question next?
Yes.
With the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports.
Hey there, wanted to take a moment of your time so I could talk to you about insecurity. I could talk to you about confidence. I could talk to you about girth. Yeah, what? Girth? Yeah, okay. Let me tell you about the Upsize Clinic at UpsizeMatters.com. My good friend, Dr. Jack, and his friend, Dr. Pash in San Francisco, have a safe, effective, long-lasting doctor-performed procedure. It's non-surgical, virtually pain-free. Now listen, girth is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. What Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash are offering is a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation and get that confidence back. Reset in the bedroom with your partner. Financing is available. It's very private. It's very discreet. Available in Roseville with Dr. Jack and San Francisco with Dr. Pash at UpsizeMatters.com. That's UpsizeMatters.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity 10G, the network made for streaming. Well, as the A's continue this final season in Oakland, I think it's important to remember that the Coliseum has been home to some of the greatest names in the game. August 17th, before the A's play the Giants, the A's will honor Jose Canseco, Terry Steinbach, Miguel Tejada, Bill King, Dick Williams, and Eddie Juice from the Philly days as the latest members of the A's Hall of Fame.
Want more speed? Well, Xfinity just increased their internet speeds, and they're faster than ever. It's time to get more out of your internet with faster speeds from Xfinity. Now through June 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for only $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. That's double the speed for the same great price. Click, call, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
At Ashton Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better, and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton and Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park, May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by Tub Shed, Pill-Don Treatment Sensors, and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the California Army National Guard. Aired by the California Broadcasters Association and this station.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Miniature golf has been around America since 1916, with the first course opening in Pinehurst, North Carolina, according to Links magazine. Englishman James Barber built a course in his backyard called Lilliputian. A few years later, he built a second course and called it Thistledew. Unlike today's mini golf courses, Thistledew wasn't for children. The 18-hole course was made of compacted sand and clay, making it quite difficult. Today's clown mouths or windmills were nowhere to be found, as the course featured real hazards like rocks, trees, and grass bunkers. 4 holes even required a high-lofted niblick to carry bushes and long grass. Longest hole was 71 feet, shortest was 12. Golf fanatic Thomas McCullough Fairbairn revolutionized the game in 1922 with his formulation of a suitable artificial green consisting of a mixture of cottonseed hulls, sand, oil, and dye. 100 years later, Thistledew has returned to its home at Pinehurst Resort, and guests can play the new Thistledew. Please leave your niblick at home. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
The Drive Guys, live and local. Every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
I mean, I don't think we were bad this year, but obviously the West got tougher, and I don't think we stepped up to that plate. Obviously, we can look at countless games of we had the lead or games we should have won, and you look back at that, and it definitely bit us in the back. Coming towards the end of the season.
De'Aaron Fox, during his exit or after his exit interviews today, right? Because the meeting with the media is not actually part of your exit interview.
That's not your exit. Yeah, exactly. No, that was Foxy today. So.
What do you think of that? Oh, the West got better.
No, I mean, he's right. And as I'm listening to him saying that, I'm looking at the Western Conference and how many teams underachieved, were worse than we thought they'd be versus how many are better than we thought they'd be. Let me go through the list. Worse than we thought they'd be. Phoenix, maybe, even though they're a 49-win team.
I didn't think they're going to be great,
okay.
but you're probably right. Most people
probably.
Yeah.
Sacramento and Golden State. Those are the only 3 that I feel like can truly say they underachieved.
I didn't think the Spurs are going to win the division.
You thought they'd be better?
I thought they'd be a little better than
really?
The wreckage that they were.
I don't know.
I'm just being honest. Yeah.
Maybe I didn't have any thoughts on them because they were so like in Memphis with the injuries and everything. That's there. But OKC overachieved. Minnesota overachieved. Dallas overachieved from where we thought. Lakers were probably where we thought they. Pelicans probably were better than people. So how come all these other teams can be better? And to De'Aaron Fox's point, he said they didn't step up to the plate. Those other teams stepped up to the plate. We did. Mm-hmm. And we could talk about Malik's injury all we want. Kevin Huerter's injury all we want. The problems we saw at the end of the season were the same problems we saw in October, November, December, January when those guys were healthy. And so we can't just use that as an excuse. If you would have handled your business when you were healthy, you wouldn't have had to worry about it at the end. And so that's what's so frustrating to me is all these other teams overachieve. How come we couldn't be one of them? Or at least just be as good as we thought they'd be? We underachieved, and that's the worst. That's going to be a long offseason to swallow if I'm in that locker room, in that organization, as a broadcaster, because you gave this season away. This should have been a playoff. Whitey, they weren't in the playoffs.
I know.
They did not make the playoffs.
I know.
Like, that's so hard for me to believe.
So after 16 years of missing the streak of being in the playoffs,
one. Are we the freaking Atlanta Hawks? Is that what we are?
A lot of similarities there.
A lot of
seriously.
similarities, right? Yeah, this one banner season, it's good, and then you come crashing back down to earth. And you see what's happening in Atlanta now. They're talking about trading Trae Young, making all kinds of moves. What are we going to do so that we are not in this position again next season?
And there's even questions about Mike Brown now and his future with the team. We'll get to that in a moment. First, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Let's talk to Will on Sactown Sports. Hello, Will. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm glad this season's over, man. It was so frustrating. And Drake's, who you trying to sell them EV Mercedes to, man? We can't afford them. Why you trying to tell us to go buy one? And you gonna co-sign for a brother, man?
Dude, just go down to Stockton. My crew down there, they'll take care of you, big fella. They'll give you the Drapes discount.
2024 Benz, man. Can I get one?
Go down there and let me know what they say.
Mention Kyle's name.
Right, mention my name. They might charge you double. Go ahead.
Look at here, man. Drapes, I love you, man, but sometimes people make the same points you make and you rip them, and then you come back and make the same points.
Like what, Will? Like what?
Yeah, we gave away at least 10 games this season. At least 10 games, man. Lost New Orleans 6 times, Houston 4 times, Detroit, Charlotte. I mean, it was ridiculous. But when we would call in and say, "What's going on?" Oh, no, it's just one game. It's just one game, fella. It's just one game. And Drake, it was some games. Ain't no way in the hell me and you could have went out there and won that game. We wouldn't have blew 20-point leads, all them 20-point leads. Now, let me go down the list. It started from the front office all the way down to the coach, man. Look, we don't have athleticism. We don't have length. I mean, you look at New Orleans and you look at OKC. Those teams don't have superstars, but they have athletic guys. All guys are capable of hitting a shot and playing defense. Okay, and then you got my boy Monk. I heard Monk on the interview today was talking about how he's a vocal leader and Darren is not a vocal. You got to have a vocal leader, man. You got to get on guys' ass sometimes. Say, hey, man, look, you got to do this. You got to do that. You can't just be all soft and cool. Let me go down one more. Keegan is a good player, but man, Keegan is a catch and shoot guy. Keegan, he can't put the ball on the floor and post up a guy and take him to the hole and dunk on him. That's just not Keegan, man. You can tell Keegan is a catch and shoot guy. I don't think he'll ever be able to put the ball on the floor and dominate guys that way. We got to get those type of guys. I remember last year when I was saying we need to go after P.J. Washington, we need to go after Christian Woods, guys like that, and let HB go. And then I got ripped by my boy Drake. Drake killed me. He killed me.
I'm gonna kill you right now, Will. What has Christian Wood done? What is Christian Wood? Come on, man.
He's on the Lakers, man.
But he ain't even healthy. He's a bench rider when come on, man.
But Drake, let me finish. What I'm saying is, at the time, in the context, what I'm saying is, we got to get more athletic. We got to get guys with length. Look, man, we just don't have it. We just be honest. And don't even mention championship. Don't be talking about no championship with this team. We got to get better. Look at the way that the NBA is going. Look at Houston. Look at these teams with athletic ball players with skill.
Well, you preach it to the choir. I've been saying all season long, we need size and length. We need that athleticism. I've been saying that all season long.
I know, but you know that. We all know that. And they didn't even attempt to do it. Even the trade deadline, they did nothing. And then they want us to just just take it and just ride with it. Man, I knew they wasn't going. Look, man, let's see what they're gonna do next year.
Exactly.
With Drake, I'm going up there and I'm gonna say, man, Drake told me to come. I want to test drive one of these Benzes, man.
Tell him I sent you.
I got you. All right, fellas.
All right, Will. All right, man. That's Will.
Thank you, Will.
Will using all of the things I said all season long, and they're going to try to use it against me.
The one thing he said that really resonates with me is he talked about the lack of athleticism and the games where they lose, where they should win. I've noticed this over the years. When you are not a very athletic team, sometimes when you're getting beaten physically like they did against New Orleans, it looks like you're not trying.
Right.
And because if the other guy is faster than you and you can't catch him, it looks like you're not trying. But in reality, he's just faster than you.
He next to him, it looks like you can't match up.
And I think that was an issue too many times for the Kings this year because they didn't, to Will's point, they had some needs and they did not address them, which is all right. Maybe the moves that we all wanted them to make, maybe they were too cost prohibitive, but you have to do something now.
You have to
do something.
Right. And I will say this about where the Kings are and with Monte McNair, Kings fans. You have a right to be upset. I give you that. You wanted something done last season. You wanted something done at the trade deadline. I say, let's hold off until this off. This is Monte McNair's most important offseason since he's been here. Are we just going to be a 45, 46 win team?
Stuck in the
middle? Or are we going to actually push our chips in and go for it? This is an important offseason, I think, from the organization, from Monte McNair, and even Mike Brown.
Yeah.
Some say Mike Brown, too.
Right. Exactly. Why are people saying that about Mike Brown? We're back with that with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sactown Sports.
Spins away from the defender, in the paint, soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
At Fasteners Inc., we believe adding quality power tools to your lineup shouldn't break the bank. That's why we're hosting the biggest Milwaukee tool sale of the year in Sacramento. On top of insane deals on Milwaukee power tools, all Milwaukee pack-out storage boxes, hand tools, and tool accessories will be 25% off. So come on down on April 27th to the Milwaukee Tool Sanity Sale at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road in Sacramento. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at acuraofstockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and acuraofstockton.com.
Be listening to Sactown Sports each Friday morning for the Rivercats Weekend Report with team updates and everything you'll want to know about the next exciting Rivercats homestand. Let's go, Rivercats!
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies, but there just aren't. Right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. You know, people come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything, you probably haven't tried Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate, the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort. See what we can do for you with a free arch support fitting. Just stop in or schedule an appointment. With over 200 stores, there's likely one in your neck of the woods. Find yours at goodfeet.com.
Everybody needs Good Feet.
Hey, UC Davis fans, Aggie football season tickets are available now. Whether you're coming out to see the dynamic, fast-paced offense under new head coach Tim Plow and All-American running back Land Larison, or bringing the kids out to roll down the grass hills and run on the field at halftime's more your speed, UC Davis Football Games has something for everyone. Secure your 6 Saturday games now with a season ticket package by calling the ticket office at 530-752-2471 or go online at ucdavisaggies.com/tickets. Go Ags!
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day?
Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T level is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They're in Midtown in the Cal Sutter Medical Building and also offer telemedicine appointments. Plus, with free shipping directly to you, Revive takes the hassle out of treating low T and ED. Schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation today. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Thunder, feel the thunder. It ignites something inside of you. Lightning and the thunder. Sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Maida Chevy saves you $10,000 off MSRP on every new 2024 half-ton Silverado, LT, RST, and LTZ in stock after rebate. Over 50 to choose from.
Exclusive all in-stock pricing at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See deal for details. M43024.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Okay. I think he put people on notice of what I can do by letting me play. I think my game was already elevated. I just needed an opportunity to show it. But yeah, Mike did a great job with us, knowing all the down people we had that wouldn't talk, dealing with the people that me and Trey that really just spoke up a lot, and just trying to mesh all of us together. I think Mike did a great job in that.
Malik Monk today. That's the type of answer he gives to those questions. The question was something like, did Mike Brown elevate your game? I remember asking him this year after one of his games where he had a lot of assists, how he had improved as he played more point guard. And he said, I didn't improve. I just got more consistent. So any implication that you've gotten better or someone got you better, his thing is, no, I was always that good.
Yeah,
I didn't get to show.
I'm just being allowed to play, show what I can do.
Right.
Getting the opportunity, if you will.
Yeah. We are open to all suggestions here throughout the offseason on what the Kings should do, shouldn't do. We reserve the right to make fun of any of your responses, but we're open to whatever you have from the 408. And I'm not going to make fun of this. Not sure of his contract or if it's doable. How y'all feel about Zach Collins? Zach Collins, damaged goods right now. Torn labrum. I think he's having surgery.
He's always dealing with something, it feels like. You know what? When healthy, solid player, but just rarely healthy. He's had some injuries.
By the King.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Didn't they draft him and then they ended up with Harry Giles through some draft day dealings? Yep. CT back with us. CT made some big promises on Friday. Did he not?
Did he? What did he say? I can't remember.
Well, he was optimistic anyway.
Oh, all right.
Is it time for Check It? Check It.
TC?
With TC.
Yeah.
What's up, TC?
Hey, check it out, Whitey.
Yeah.
JJ in the back. What's up, y'all?
What's up with you, man?
What
happened, bro? What happened?
Hey, listen, check it out. Hey, I know I made predictions. Listen, I really felt like the guys were going to stand. I thought they were going to stand up, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when they didn't stand up, bro, It hurt me so bad, big dog. Seriously, man. Listen, we needed more from that team on Friday night, big dog. But that make this summer that much more juicier. Check it out. We're not waiting to a deadline, Monty. The moves have to be made like today. We got to start talking to teams like today. Hey, dog. Hey, I know y'all in the middle of a playoff run, but this is the deal I'm trying to get done. Get at me. We're going to make it happen. Like today, bro. Listen, there's no more waiting. Malik Monk, I got Malik Monk coming back. I heard it in his voice, bro. He coming back. But I'm going to tell y'all, like I told y'all before, if he leave, we won't be in a bad spot. It's not going to be the end of the world. We wanted Monk, but let's not forget when Monk was in this. I love Monk, but we had ups and downs when Monk was healthy this season. Let's not forget that. He's on fire punch, but at the same time, if he leave, bro, we're going to be all right with Keon. I promise you, as long as Monty makes moves. The Mike Brown situation, that's idiotic, bro. For anybody to think about Mike should be on the hot seat or he has to go. We have to get a roster in here, period. Mike turned things around. This ain't got nothing to do with everybody loving on Mike. No, Mike is a legitimate head coach, bro, that turned this organization around as well as Monty and his help, dog. Firing him will put us in that same predicament that we was before. Do we really want to go back to that situation? I don't see another coach coming in here having the success that Mike has had in 2 years. I want every Kings fan, media, to really think about that, big dog. As far as Keegan is over, bro, with us holding your hand. It's going into year 3, big dog. If we got to go into next season, Keegan, you got to shoot. Keegan, you got to be more aggressive. Keegan, you got to put the ball on the deck. Keegan, you got to do this. Bro, he has to be on the table. There's no more off-the-table talks with Keegan. Keegan, if we got to keep telling you, bro, you have to be aggressive, dog, then we might have to think about moving on from you, bro. I know the whole upside, the whole three-point, all that. Listen, bro, I'm tired of it. I love Keegan. Keegan Murray. I love all that, dog. But Keegan, we can't keep telling you to be aggressive, bro. This is your 3rd season, dog. This is it. This is a make-or-break season for that dude. If he comes in the off-season, this season, bro, moving forward, and we got to keep telling him that, bro, by the deadline, Keegan has to be on the table, dog. Seriously. That's all. I'm frustrated. I'm very, y'all hear it in my voice. I'm livid, dog, but I'm being brutally honest with every word that came out of my mouth, dog. Seriously.
Thank you, TC.
I'll talk to y'all later.
Check it, TC. Oh, the passion, the fire. I feel it.
Not ready to give up on Keegan yet. Understand everything you said. I'm just not unless somebody's going to overwhelm me with something. You know, that's the bad thing. This isn't what TC said. But sometimes, and you see this for other teams, the season ends, and then on Twitter, someone will say, all right, which players stay and which players go? Yeah. And you can't do it that way. It's like, well, if this guy goes, who am I going to replace?
Right. Who are you getting in here?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the whole case.
But you know, I do want to say what TC talked about with Keegan Murray. This has to be the year, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, I mean,
I agree.
We've been patient. We then gave the excuse, well, he picked up on defense. So, nah, dude. We're talking about what we need to be a championship-level contender.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need Keegan to be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's not him, then who is it? What other options do we have? I don't even know what's out there on the trade market. Do we want a Trae Young? No. A Jeremy Grant? Is he the answer? Like, and so I don't know. It has to come from within. Like, Keegan has to take that leap, and then you fill in the rest of the pieces. You put the side dishes. But Keegan Murray, he got to be the steak. He got to be the ham. He got to be the chickens. Whatever, the main course, him and De'Aaron Fox, and then you fill in with the side dishes.
I'm not as optimistic about keeping Monk as TC is. I hope TC's right. I hope he's right. But here's the thing that's so tricky.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this a minute ago before we came back on the air. If you're the Kings and you have a draft coming up, and as of right now, you have a pick, first-round pick. And by the way, Kyle tells us they won the
tiebreaker with the Warriors. So
you get 13 instead of 14,
odds. Yeah.
depending on the lottery. But, all right, am I going to try to address Malik leaving with my draft pick? Well, I don't know. When I make the draft pick, I won't know yet whether he's leaving or not.
But here's the thing.
It's tricky.
But I think you have so many holes and so many things that you need that independent of Malik, you need a wing scorer. You need a wing 3-and-D guy. Even if you brought Malik back, you need that.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, and we talked about this off air, and I'll throw a name out there at you. I think, let's say Malik Monk does go elsewhere. Let's say you don't re-sign Malik Monk. What about a guy like Gary Trent Jr. from Toronto?
Mm-hmm.
A guy that could come in and get you buckets, guy that can come in, run the offense, play a little pick and roll game. Like, could he be somebody you use that mid-level exception on? Yeah. And so as much as we want to keep Malik, he is the ideal candidate. I think there will be guys who have similar skill sets that are out there that you can maybe go out there and get.
Malik means so much to this team on and off the floor that I don't think, if he leaves, I don't think there's a guy where you go, all right, you're going to replace Malik. But I'm with you. The one thing that I think they need anyway is shooting.
Right.
This offense is based on having good shooters. And this year, they were not very good shooters. So that's one reason the half-court offense didn't look very good. But to me, if you can replace Malik, if you have to, with shooting, maybe in the draft you get more shooting, then I think the team's getting better. I don't know. I know everyone says this is a terrible draft. Like, every draft has some good players in it.
Right.
But I don't know if the guy that you talked about, I agree, the Kings need a 3-and-D wing, an athletic, wing. I don't know if, especially where they're probably going to draft, I don't know if that guy's there in this draft.
It might not be there, but, one thing that
some really young wings.
Some young wings.
Really young.
And, I'm looking at this NBAdraft.net is where I usually go. I don't know if I like them as much, but I'm looking at their mock draft right now. And this hasn't been updated for a while, so excuse me. But, at 13, they have Donovan Clinnigan. I think he'll move up. He'll be way up there. He won't be available. But a guy, they have Dalton Knecht third. I don't think Dalton Knecht will be that high. Well, could a guy, the Tennessee guy, shooter, Dalton Knecht, be available? Like, do we need a who's the guy in Miami right now? Shooter. I'm drawing a blank.
Hero?
No, the Duncan Robinson. Can we get a Duncan Robinson kind of sharpshooter, sniper from the draft, like a Dalton Knecht?
That'll make you better.
Yes, I think that would make you better. I think you need more scoring off the bench, 100%, because we saw Malik goes down and we have trouble scoring.
Yeah, we still, because we're putting it off. This whole Mike Brown thing.
Top of the hour. Can we do that next segment?
We have to.
All right, let's talk about Mike Brown.
I'm sure you're as upset about it as I am. Knowing you're probably more upset about it.
We got to talk about it.
Next year with Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sactown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Cox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
This is Kenny and Jerry from Bell Brothers Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Everyone knows that a group of fish is called a school, but did you know a group of giraffes is called a tower? Or how about a murder of crows, a quiver of cobras, a shadow of jaguars, a shiver of sharks, or a zeal of zebras? Wild, huh? So what do you call a group of Bell Brothers plumbers? They don't fit into any of the traditional plumber stereotypes. They're clean and well-dressed. They're on time and courteous. They're well-trained and friendly. They're exactly the kind of people you'd be comfortable and confident to invite into your home. That's why we proudly call them our family of plumbers. If you need a drain cleared or any other plumbing service, we'll send one of the family right over to help you out. Call Bell Brothers at 916-444-1234, or you can find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton Price in your corner. When you call Ashton Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real-life person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Sponsored by Xfinity. Enjoy the entertainment you love with the Xfinity Stream app. Turn any screen into a TV and take the entertainment you love wherever you go. Xfinity, we connect you to more of what you love. Welcome to the April Adventure Sales Event at Kia of Vacaville. Are you ready for an extraordinary experience? We're excited to introduce you to the pinnacle of automotive excellence, the Kia Telluride. During April Adventure, come and explore the remarkable features of the Kia Telluride. It's not just a vehicle, it's a lifestyle with this seamless blend of sophistication and practicality. The Telluride is ready to elevate your driving experience to new heights. Whether you're embarking on a family road trip or navigating the urban jungle, the Kia Telluride offers unparalleled comfort and innovation. Plus, with Kia's commitment to safety and reliability, you can drive with confidence wherever the road takes you. Don't miss this opportunity to experience the extraordinary Kia Telluride for yourself. Visit Kia of Vacaville today and take advantage of exclusive offers during the April Adventure Sales Event. Your adventure begins here. Kia of Vacaville, where innovation meets excellence. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia of Vacaville for more details.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. KHTKAM Sacramento. KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports.
Sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Congratulations to Rock and Roll Hall of Famers. Cool in the Gang.
Yes.
How about that? Cool in the Gang. Dave Matthews Band, Mary J. Blige, Cher, Foreigner, and somebody else. I mean, there's these classes in the Hall of Fame.
A Tribe Called Quest?
Yeah, that's
Gotta
right.
yes.
That's right.
Come on now.
Represent.
Yes.
Yes.
Look at you, Whitey. Okay. You're impressing me there. A little represent. Okay. I see what you did there.
Yeah. How can I forget?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's just it's an odd class, but Cool in the Gang.
Well
glad to see them
deserved.
get the recognition.
Yes. Cool in the Gang. I mean, for me, growing up, I was born in 75, so late 70s, early 80s, like parents, that's all they played. Misled. That was a classic as well. And so, no, this is a great class, I think.
Yeah. I saw something last night. I know I was telling you and Jay earlier, and it came up on the viewer's guide. I didn't watch it, but it's something about Cool in the Gang and their role in influencing early hip hop. And I was like, I never thought of that.
Listen to this. This is a classic right here. This is a classic, Jay. Misled. Oh, I love this song. My gosh.
I feel like we're being misled on this whole Mike Brown situation. The reporting from the likes of, as we mentioned, Sam Amick. Thanks for listening, Sam. And Anthony Slater. Great piece in The Athletic about where the Kings are now. And there are some suggestions that, well, look, we could be at a crossroads here. More importantly, the Kings could be at a crossroads with Mike Brown. Next year is third year of his deal. Fourth year is a mutual option.
Yep.
And we're in the area where typically, correct me if I'm wrong, Drapes,
a year before
you get an extension. A coach gets an extension.
Right.
Mike Brown, you'd think he would feel warranted in asking for a, $10 million or more extension. We don't know how Vivek feels about that. So now there's some people wondering, all right, what kind of futures is Mike Brown here? And it's unfortunate. After
right.
I mean, what more can he do? Really?
First of all, hold up. Sam's our guy. We know that. But did he really report anything? Or is he just speculating? Here's the thing.
In my opinion, some of these things.
Or you think he heard something, maybe?
You can't really cite people, but I don't think Sam and Slates, we've had them both on, we know them both. They don't just say, here's what I think. So.
Okay, you say maybe they heard it and,
they are
and
excellent.
Just can't. Okay.
They are excellent reporters. I will say that.
Well, first of all, let me say this. $10 million a year for a coach is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you're Greg Popovich.
It's a going rate, though.
It's the going rate, but I don't care if you're Eric Spoelstra, Monty Williams, great. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for a coach.
Mm-hmm.
But it is the price of doing business, apparently. And you're talking about a coach of the year. You're talking about a guy that led you to back-to-back 40-plus win seasons, 45-plus win seasons. And so I think if you look at it, I think Mike Brown is in a position of power right now.
I do too.
Because the one thing we know with this Kings organization that hasn't happened in the past is stability. Like, it's paramount to have stability right now. And so if I'm running the shop, I give Mike Brown the contract. I know it's hard to swallow $10 million, but it is what it is. It's the price of doing business. Monte McNair and Mike Brown have earned the opportunity to continue seeing this through. Dude, we've had 2 great years. I know this was a down year, disappointing year, maybe an underachieving year, but I don't think it's the coach's fault.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Mike Brown should be the fall guy for that. And we've seen in the past, Whitey, with this organization, getting rid of a coach that they probably shouldn't have.
The Kings have a legitimacy now that they haven't had in a long time. I'm guessing, and I don't know if you would agree or if you'd want to say, they have more legitimacy now than at any point they've had since you've been here.
Oh, 100%.
In terms of the perception around the league.
Right. I'll take you behind the curtain, if you will.
Yeah.
I've had other organizations' owners say, are you sure you know what you're getting yourself into here in Sacramento?
Mm-hmm.
I've had other people say, man, that ownership group, Kyle, you sure about that? And I said, yes, I'm sure, and I'm here. The stability is here now.
Yes.
Vivek's doing a heck of a job. Monty's doing a heck of a job. Mike Brown,
that's not all on Mike Brown, but he has a lot to do with it.
Well, you look at what Denver is doing. We always compare them to Denver. Look at the stability they have. Michael Malone could have been ousted 4, 5, 6 years ago. Remember, he talked about this. We had
like he was
Scott
here.
Hastings, like he was here. And that's the guy I was referring to. You let a guy go way too soon for no reason. Now, Mike Brown has done a hell of a job. And here's the thing about Mike Brown. He's universally respected around the league. Other coaches rave about him. Other players rave about him. There's no way, 0 chance, I'm going to say, Mike Brown is on the hot seat or his seat is getting warm. The dude has done a fantastic job. Think about this season. As disappointing as it was, it could have really came apart in the losses against Houston, all those bad losses. But Mike Brown kept this thing together, and he kept us having hope till the very end. We just didn't cash in on it.
Success has a price tag, according to The Athletic. Here's what some top coaches are getting now, and the market has been reset since Mike Brown signed his last deal. Steve Kerr, $17.5 million a year. Greg Popovich, $16 million. Monty Williams, $13 million. So you see that? That's just
So, all right. Where does Mike Brown fit in among those, though?
According to Sam and Anthony Slater, and I agree, it's fair to assume, considering reputation and resume, the offer would need to reach double-digit million annually. The other thing is it cuts both ways, does it not? You have next year is it's the last guaranteed year.
Yeah.
Then you have a mutual option.
Right.
So while the Kings are sitting there, if they let this go, Mike Brown also.
Mike could say,
yes.
Yeah, he could feel slighted and disrespected if you don't give him an extension. And he controls things after this season. And he probably will be a hot candidate, I would imagine, in among other teams. I don't think there's, and this is, we respect these guys and their reporting. $10 million is a lot, but I think ultimately you got to get it done with Mike Brown. Here's the thing. All the great franchises, you got to pay for it. If you want to be a championship, you can't be cheap. You can't be saving pennies and pinching pennies. You're not going to win that way. You look at the Milwaukee Bucks and what they've done. They got rid of a coach. They're paying Adrian Griffin. Now they're paying Doc Rivers. They brought in Dame Lillard. They gave Giannis $60 million a year. Like, it's the cost of doing business if you want to be a champion. Now, if you want to be the Florida Marlins or the Pittsburgh Pirates or something like that, then that's something else. But we're talking about winning the championship. You're going to have to invest in the product.
Sometimes, and I think this might have been the case in Milwaukee, you have a coach who's done a lot, and then something goes sideways. That loss last year, they needed a fall guy for that. But also, when you're a team like the Bucks, you have a guy in Giannis. Whatever you do, you got to keep him happy, right?
Right.
In Dallas, you got to keep Luka happy.
Yep.
I don't think there's any reason to suspect that the key players on the Kings have any issues with Mike Brown, right? There's no way. Like, De'Aaron Fox is a big deal coming up at some point. I don't think that he's unhappy with Coach Brown, where that would be an issue. That would be an impediment to him signing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
not an issue here.
No, that doesn't seem to be an issue. And by all accounts, all the guys like Mike Brown. You look at Domantas Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox, their best seasons of their career have come under Mike Brown. So Malik Monk too, and I know Malik won't give him credit, but it is what it is. Your best seasons have come under Mike Brown. So I don't think there would be any problem with that.
Yeah, it's not that he's been perfect, of course. People are upset about the offense this year, and I think he's very sensitive to that criticism because he's pointed out, as we've mentioned, a meeting with the media is like, now you guys know we also practice offense, and the offense, well, let's face it, the half-court offense this year was at times, it was hard to watch.
Yes, it was, and I keep going back to the lack of diversifying the offense, lack of versatility. That is a problem. And I think that's something Mike and the staff have to address. I'm looking at the coaching salaries. Nick Nurse is at $8 million. Jason Kidd is at $8 million. To me, that's where I think Mike Brown fits in at. So this $10 million number, that would make him the 5th highest paid coach in the league behind Kerr, Popovich, Spoelstra, Monty Williams. I think Mike is on the par with Nick Nurse, Jason Kidd, that kind of tier, that kind of level. So I would do 8, maybe even 9 for inflation. And, it's a new year. Maybe you go up. So I don't think that.
You think 10's a lot? 10 would get it done.
10's a lot. It would get it done.
Right?
It would get it done.
Mike Brown, yep, I'll do that.
But, it's not my money. And if that's what it takes to keep Mike Brown, I would do it. Yes. But there's a segment of the fan base, Whitey, and I'd love to hear from them, 916-339-1140, who think Mike Brown's seat should be warm. I want to know why. Look at this roster. Look at the team. Look at the Western Conference. 46 wins. Yeah, if you want to blame him for Charlotte, if you want to blame him for Detroit, we can have that discussion. But he's the best coach we've had since Adelman.
Yeah.
In terms of success, why are we thinking about putting him on the hot seat? It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, that's a fair question, though. Why did the Kings lose so many games they should have won? We're back with that as the Drive Guys roll on Sactown Sports.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
In business, service is everything. Cintas delivers what you need to better serve your customers. Whether it's freshly laundered work apparel for almost any job imaginable, tested and inspected fire protection systems, first aid and safety supplies, on-site AED training, or mops and restroom products, stocked and ready when you need them. Better work days happen together. So visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Definitely, it's hard to assess right now. Some of the guys, it wasn't a bad season. We were always up on a good note, on a high. Usually when you don't make the playoffs, you have a losing record or you're almost at 500. So it definitely didn't feel that this way. So the fact that we're not in the postseason is definitely hard to swallow right now. So I can't really answer that.
Domas, you got to believe. Listen to Cher, who's back in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Although we all thought, isn't she in there 7 times already? He's a solo artist, Sonny and Cher. There's something like Cher with auto-tune, right? I mean, it does not get any better.
I was listening to I Got You, Babe. That's a classic, man. I love that song.
Yeah.
I Got You, Babe. Oh, I love that song, man.
You and me have to do a version of that someday.
No. We're more of the odd couple, Felix and Oscar. You know what I mean? Oh, man.
What do you make of this in Howard Beck's piece in The Ringer?
Yeah.
He says, we're just talking about Mike Brown, what a great job he's done. And there are some people that point out, well, there are some issues here. This is a rival scout talking about the Kings. That's all we know.
Yeah.
Quote, I just don't like the way they're built. They're running everything through Sabonis as if he was Jokic, but he's not Jokic. He's a hell of a player, but he can't shoot. So he can't really stretch the floor. It makes it a really static type of basketball.
Dang.
Whoa.
Ouch. That hurt.
Anonymous scout.
Wow. That's tough. That's tough to swallow because everything we do is being predicated off Domas pretty much. And if that scout makes a point, if he's not shooting, that doesn't open it up for everybody else. Now, if you got to pay attention to him, look at the way they guard Jokic on the perimeter versus the way they guard Sabonis. That's something Domas has to improve on this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
He has to knock down that shot because when Jokic gets the ball at the top of the circle, guys are pressed up on him. Then you got lanes opening up.
Yeah.
When Domas gets there, guys are sagging back.
Right.
Playing center field.
Lanes.
Yeah, the passing lanes.
We're standing and watching. Where's De'Aaron? Is he going to get
right.
it?
Yeah. So
I think an adjustment is definitely necessary there.
Let me ask you this, though, because I hear you, but what is that adjustment? Is it making De'Aaron a more traditional point guard? Is it getting the more traditional point guard and moving De'Aaron off the ball? What is it? What's that adjustment? That's a tough one. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not dodging your question. I thought that there was an answer. And Scout may have answered that maybe they need to, more traditional point guard so that De'Aaron can play more off the ball.
How about just and this is something I've been saying for the last couple years, and I think this is why Malik Monk, compared to where he's been, like the one thing he says kind of, I guess, transition to what I've been saying is he said it, Mike Brown has given me an opportunity to showcase what I can do. And for me, it's out of necessity. And that's ball handling. That's passing. That's being a point guard. And I think that's what the Kings need is another ball handler. They need someone that can come and create shots. And I've been saying that for the longest is, and, we all know a 3-and-D guy is what everybody's looking for. We also know that, a shot maker, a 3-point shooter is what everybody's looking for. But I think the look of someone who can create offense for the Sacramento Kings is something they also should be looking for. And I've said this a few times, like De'Aaron is not, for me, for him to be the next step. And he said it today and we'll play it. He thinks he has another level to get to. And I agree with him. I think, and we talked about superstars versus all-stars. I think the one thing he lacks for a superstar is he doesn't make a lot of people better around him. When his superpower is getting to the mid-range, finishing, he's a shot maker. Like he creates his own shot. I think he did a better job this year in assists, and he had good numbers, but there's something to still want when you see the Luka pass it from one side to the next side. And again, I know I'm asking, we talk about Magic Johnson on this show quite a bit. Jason Kidd, guys like that. Those guys are one of a kind. I get that. But I think for him to be the superstar that we're looking for, he's got to kind of create a better skill set in, better passes, better assisting. I think he takes the easy assist, and he does the spray three to kick out, but I don't never see De'Aaron like, oh my goodness, that was a heck of a pass. Like, you rarely see that from him.
I think it's true of a lot of the guys on the team, and I agree with you. I remember, Jerry was telling me about when the Kings drafted Bobby Hurley, and John Stockton said, this guy passes for layups. He's not just a good passer, he passes for layups. Obviously, things didn't work out for Bobby Hurley. But how many times you see this offense? Just go back to Friday. The ball goes to Domas, defense sags off of him. All of a sudden, it's almost like the offense is moving backwards, like there's a dribble handoff. It's like, wait, you don't have those great passers that are able to they don't make passes that compromise the defense. They're just like dribble handoff and throw this. So I think there's an issue with the half-court offense. I don't think they're great passers, but I think to me, it's all better shooting is the main thing. I think the offense, you have better shooting, and you could not change anything else. Shoot the ball better. I think everything looks.
And Drake, before you jump in, the simplest form of it is my soliloquy of this. They don't pass people open. They pass it to the open person. And then the NBA, you have to pass people open. Like we talk about a quarterback, Brock Purdy. He'll take the easy shot. Purdy's next step is passing people open, getting the ball in tight zones. And I think that's De'Aaron. I think that's this team. They take the easy pass, but just like, and Malik is probably the one who can pass someone open.
Kyle Draper's been very quiet.
Nah, because I'm digesting what Jay is saying, and I hear him. But then I also look at today's NBA, and the word traditional point guard sounds old school to me.
True.
Is Dame Lillard a traditional point guard?
No, he's a shoot first guy.
He's a bucket getter.
Yeah.
But he plays the point guard's position.
But he's never won.
But that's why
Is Jamal Murray a true point guard?
He's closer.
He's got a great passer,
but he plays with a
So maybe
that's what I'm saying.
De'Aaron.
It's Domas, right? Like I think when you have a guy like Domas, and maybe that's our problem. Maybe we run too much from Domas, and maybe like the scout said, we're asking him to be Jokic, but he doesn't have the jumper like Jokic. He's a good passer. But those passing lanes for Domas, look at the way Jokic passes and where his passes, Jokic, are usually going towards the basket.
Exactly. That's what
Domas passes are usually going back out to the three because we don't exactly. His assists aren't coming from guys cutting to the basket, getting layups, Jay, like you were talking about earlier, and Whitey. And so maybe if we rejiggered everything, let's take Domas out of the equation. Could De'Aaron Fox be that 9-10 assists per game point guard, Jay? That's the question.
Yeah.
And we got to figure out what we want our offense to look like.
3-3-9. Yeah, go ahead.
But no, I would say this, Drapes, and this is the thing. De'Aaron's going on year 8, 7, right? 8. Look, you can develop. You never stop learning. Like I'm a true believer. If you sit back and close your mouth, you can learn from a baby, right? With that being said, just kind of the same thing we're talking about Keegan. This year 8, like there's some things he has to fine tune, totally understand. But sometimes you're just not going to get, you're not going to be the greatest or the best at certain things. What I'm saying with De'Aaron is for the superstardom, I think we know that he's not Jason Kidd. I think we know, like you said, I guess if we want to call it more traditional, and that's okay, but like SGA is not traditional. Some of the top point guards aren't, but they also do a better job of passing guys open. Like De'Aaron's superpower is himself.
I hear you, Jay. Shea averaged 6.2 assists.
Yep.
De'Aaron Fox 5.6.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Only 0.6 difference. And De'Aaron played with Domas. You see what I'm saying? So Domas was the lead guy. De'Aaron as the secondary guy still averaged 5.6. So I do think if we put the ball in De'Aaron's hands more, He could be that guy.
But he had it prior to Domas, and his numbers weren't high.
He was playing
though.
with bums, though, Jay.
I
Come
got
on, let's
you.
get. He was playing with guys that aren't even in the G League right now.
Wait a minute. Don't disrespect Garrett Temple like that.
All right. No, Garrett's my guy. I love Garrett
Don't
Temple.
disrespect GT.
All right. You're right.
Let's go to Larry here. Larry, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Larry, you're on with the Drive Guys. What's up?
Oh, hey, love your guys' show. I think they should keep Mike Brown, do whatever they could take to whatever it takes to keep him. I think he would be in it for the long run. I became a Kings fan last year. I hadn't watched basketball. I'm 60-something here. I haven't watched basketball in a number of years. But I became a Kings fan. It's really awesome to watch the team, and I wasn't too disappointed.
Got you, Larry. Thanks for checking in. We appreciate
that, Larry.
Yeah. How about this? Again, this is from the Athletic piece. The question was a disappointing year. Is there at least a level of stability developing? Pardon me, a level of stability developing. One veteran, we don't know who, said, yeah, because we're not going to let go of our front office and we're not going to fire our coaching staff. In Sacramento, that's a pretty big deal.
There you go.
Quote.
There you go. That really is a big deal. Like, this is only year 2 that we completed of Mike Brown. Let me go back and look at the Denver Nuggets and Michael Malone.
Do you know, by the way, and this is, I'm giving you credit here, you always talk about them as a comparison. Did you know that the organization has been looking at Denver as a team they kind of want to model themselves after for a while now?
Yeah, I've been saying that. You think I'd just be making this stuff up?
No, I thought you were making an observation.
No.
And you were just the team was thinking right along with you.
No, it's clear that's what I know. Monty McNair, I know his vision, and it's. Let's look at Michael Malone. We talked about
every
this.
time I try to compliment him, I insult.
No, because you're doubting me, dude. You know what I'm saying? Michael Malone's second year in Denver, Jay, 40-42.
Get him out of here.
40-42. Come on, man. Mike Brown just won 46 games. That's what Michael Malone won in his third year. Then he went up to 54. So, and then that's when they lost in the Western Conference semis. Then they got the injuries and everything. This is a critical year for Mike, for Monty, for Keegan. Like, this upcoming year, I get it. The excuse this year, the shooting was worse. The West got tougher. We ran it back.
Injuries.
You can't use that next year, though. We can't have another year of, the West got tougher. The shots didn't fall. We didn't do anything at the trade deadline. We gave it to you this year, and it was understandable. But next year, we got to see some improvement.
Fellas, but and I know you guys have to entertain it. That's not a Mike Brown thing, though. Like, if there's anything in – I can understand the injuries. I can understand the Monty McNair not busting no moves, doing things like that. Mike Brown should not be under any type of smoke, fire, gun, hot seat. Like, Mike Brown's done everything he possibly can do to change this, and it has. If you want to talk about changes in the West, and that's not a Mike Brown thing. Right. Mike Brown's not on the phone with other GMs.
But
that's a Monty McNair situation.
If you were Vivek and you looked at it, one thing that would trouble you is, how many times did they not show up against bad teams? And Kyle has pointed it out. Every team does that some, but nobody did it as much as the Kings this year.
But he's going to almost go back-to-back 50-win seasons.
There's no almost 50.
It is almost 50. A couple of games?
Jay, you missed the playoffs, though. That's the thing.
I get it.
If we were giving Mike Brown a grade, last year we gave him an A++. What are we giving him this year?
B.
A B, maybe a B-, but
B minus, right? Yeah, it was okay. He did all right. But it has to be better next year, I think.
Yeah,
like, we can't have those same losses next year. It is what it is.
But we're gonna do that. We have all season. Just right now, Monday after this season. If we're labeling the reason why this Kings team didn't accomplish whatever they wanted to accomplish, Mike Brown's not in the top 5. Can we agree to that?
Yes.
What will we say, Jay? Roster shortcomings?
Yes. That's my first one. Is Monty didn't get off his hands.
Yeah.
This team, we knew this team wasn't that good as constructed because of what we had already seen. Like, to me, the first part is Monty didn't move. That's my first part.
Yeah.
But Mike Brown wouldn't even be in my top 5.
I agree.
Real quick, guys, I'll push back on that because this team was good enough to beat Charlotte, was good enough to beat Portland, was good enough to beat Washington, right?
Yes.
They should have, and so as bad as the roster was or the lack of construction, whatever it was, they still should have won those games.
Mm-hmm.
They still had an 18-point lead in Phoenix, 22 against Milwaukee.
We'll tell you what Harrison Marks had to say about those losses when we come right back on this consequential Monday Drive, guys, Sactown Sports.
Hey there, wanted to take a moment of your time so I could talk to you about insecurity. I could talk to you about confidence. I could talk to you about girth. Yeah, what? Girth? Yeah, okay. Let me tell you about the Upsize Clinic at UpsizeMatters.com. My good friend, Dr. Jack, and his friend, Dr. Pash in San Francisco, have a safe, effective, long-lasting doctor-performed procedure. It's non-surgical, virtually pain-free. Now listen, girth is consistently ranked as the most important attribute. What Dr. Jack and Dr. Pash are offering is a free consultation. The procedure can be done on the same day as your consultation and get that confidence back. Reset in the bedroom with your partner. Financing is available. It's very private. It's very discreet. Available in Roseville with Dr. Jack and San Francisco with Dr. Pash at UpsizeMatters.com. That's UpsizeMatters.com.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by Tub Shed, New Dawn Treatment Centers, and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers.
It's Coach Doug Christie here to remind you, if you want a deal that's a slam dunk, go see the winning team at Folsom Lake Ford. Folsom Lake Ford is your truck headquarters with all your American-made favorites, like America's best-selling F-Series, F-150s, and Super Duties, or spacious new Explorers and Expeditions, plus a huge selection of Broncos and Bronco Sports, all in stock now at Folsom Lake Ford. In the Folsom Auto Mall, you can buy any new Ford with zero down on approved credit, save big with low interest finance rates, and Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. Check out the huge selection of inventory online at FolsomLakeFord.com or stop by the dealership to see their most recent arrivals. Looking for something special? Give them a call and tell them Doug Christie sent you. They'll help you out. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall, your trusted dealer, my trusted dealer for over 35 years and counting.
For a precision-crafted performance, the decision is easy. A new Acura from Acura of Stockton. Get the driving experience you've been waiting for in a new Acura. Get the best selection and customer service you deserve from Acura of Stockton. Shop in person or use our online express store at AcuraofStockton.com. Acura of Stockton will buy your trade, even if you don't buy from us. Don't settle for less than precision-crafted performance of a new Acura from Acura of Stockton and AcuraofStockton.com.
Hey, UC Davis fans, Aggie football season tickets are available now. Whether you're coming out to see the dynamic, fast-paced offense under new head coach Tim Plow and All-American running back Land Larison, or bringing the kids out to roll down the grass hills and run on the field at halftime's more your speed, UC Davis Football Games has something for everyone. Secure your 6 Saturday games now with a season ticket package by calling the ticket office at 530-752-2471 or go online at ucdavisaggies.com/tickets. Go Ags!
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and The Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, The Stingers Up Podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com. The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Well, I don't know all that's true. You got me.
This is for Coach Mike Brown. We got you, Coach. got you, Coach. Drive Guys here. Hey, for those of you on the radio, sorry you wouldn't be able to see this, but watching on YouTube, this was on the floor here right behind the microphone. Harrison Barnes, I'm not standing for the slander, but the thing is, Drapes, I want to put HB back up there. There's only 3 slots that are on the camera. You got De'Aaron, you got Domantas. He would have to go over Malik, right, until we know what Malik's status is. Wouldn't he?
Yeah,
we're recruiting Malik. We still need him.
I know, you
All
can't
right,
put him,
then.
squeeze him in the corner over there, like way over there. You're going to have to, like, Domas got a little too much. Yeah, there you all right. Is he in the shot?
I don't know that he is,
Yeah.
but
You can see the ball, and you know,
all right.
see the top of his scalp.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jay, did you create a poll? Was that you?
No,
Somebody created a poll.
that's our digital team.
Oh, Joe and them. Who was on the hot seat with the Kings? Mike Brown? Monty McNair? Neither? Both. It's on Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube page. You can watch us live and vote.
None of them should be.
I'd have to go neither.
Neither. I don't think so.
It's a fair question
I'm a
right
vote
now.
right now.
Yeah.
I just voted.
It's a fair question. By the way, earlier we were talking about the offense and point guards, and I was looking for some. I finally found it. It's in that Ringer piece by Howard Beck, which they quote Carmichael Dave, but it's still a pretty good piece despite that.
Darn. Okay.
Yeah. And he talked to this scout. I mentioned this anonymous scout that said, I don't really like the way they're built. This anonymous scout says the Kings need a more traditional point guard next to Fox rather than a shooter to allow him to thrive more off the ball. Anonymous scout.
Malik Monk.
Throw Malik in the starting lineup as your starting point.
He could do worse. Did you see what Orlando's guards did yesterday? And this has to do with Malik.
Yeah.
Because, Malik's a good shooter. A team like Orlando, they would be looking at a guy like Malik, right? So Orlando lost the opener to Cleveland. And I think this actually was Saturday. Sorry.
Saturday.
Suggs and Harris combined to go 4 for 22. They're starting guards. 1 for 12 beyond the arc. Anthony and Fultz off the bench were 0 for 7. So they're 4 guards in a loss to Cleveland. We're 4 for 29, 1 for 16 beyond the 3-point line. You don't think a team like that would look at Malik and go, wow, that guy can help us, right?
Yeah.
That scares me.
I mean, it does.
Because they got cap space.
They got cap space. They're a young up-and-coming team. I think they'd give Malik the ball, turn it over to him.
Yep.
No, you're right. And, and I know Malik spoke earlier today. We'll hear from him coming up in just a little bit. But, it's going to be tough to keep him. And I will say this, too, regarding Howard Beck's article and Malik's fit, whether he should be the starting point guard. To me, that would indicate a revamping of the offense, which I'm okay with if that's the case. But we don't need a traditional point guard if you're still running the same offense through Domas. Like, think about this. Let's think of Rajon Rondo. His strength is with the ball in his hands. If you're going to take the ball out of his hands, you don't need him. And that's what we have in Domantas Sabonis. Now, if you want to tell me we're going to run a different offense, okay, then you need that traditional point guard. I think Mike Brown has some decisions to make this offseason about the direction of this offense. You look at the Golden State Warriors. That's who they're trying to model their offense.
Yeah.
Do they have a traditional point guard?
No.
Exactly. You don't need a traditional point guard if you're running this offense.
They used to run their offense through Bogut.
Exactly. Passing big man. Draymond, passing big man. And so if you get a traditional point guard, you're changing the offense. Because then, for instance, look at Chris Paul in Golden State. He was coming off the bench.
And people said that he slowed things down. Great point guard, right?
Yes. Right. That's what I'm saying. If you bring let's say Chris Paul, traditional point guard, you're not going to still run your offense through Domas. You're changing your offense. You need that guy with
you want Chris Paul, huh? Free agent.
No thanks.
I don't think they can.
I like CP3, Hall of Fame career, but not at this stage. Not right now. Because here's the thing too, White. To your point earlier, you need some shooting.
Yes.
We got to add that.
Yep.
And if you can't space the floor, it doesn't matter what you have in today's NBA.
So we all agree, at least in here, Mike Brown's done a great job. Well, then how come the Kings had so many games where they should have won? We all thought they should have won, and they lost. Harrison Barnes, I know I mentioned this much earlier. Yeah. Harrison Barnes said this to Anthony Slater. We had games we didn't show up, games where we didn't have the right approach. Stack those up, and you look at where things finish. If we could have had 3 or 4 more wins, 5 more wins, where would we be? Yeah. That's Harrison Barnes saying that we didn't have the right approach. Why not? That's the big question. Maybe that's the type of thing that led to the team meeting. Right. And sure, some of that is on a coach, but it's not all necessarily on a coach if you have guys who don't bring the right attitude into games.
Yeah, and this is something we've talked about before. And Jay, I'll have you chime in on this. Who's the leader of this team on the court?
Malik Monk for me.
Malik.
Mm-hmm. When he's not out there?
When he's not out there?
I think it's De'Aaron. It's got to be De'Aaron.
I'd say Domas.
See, the fact that we're even questioning.
Yes.
At this
it's a problem, right?
Who's it's a problem.
Yeah.
Because the coach can only do so much. And so HB talking about the right mindset or didn't that, whatever it may be.
The right approach.
Right approach. To me, that's not a coaching problem. That's a player problem.
Now, it's something that a coach has to recognize and address.
And hold accountable, yes. But it should be on players, too. Mm-hmm. And I've been in some of these meetings where the guys have acknowledged that they play down to the level of competition. They know this, they've talked about this, and they never corrected it. Whose problem is that? What's Mike Brown supposed to do? Bench De'Aaron Fox? Bench Domas?
Well, you wonder if that's why sometimes the rotation was so uneven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he's saying, well, that guy's not bringing it against this. I
don't know. I don't know. But to me, it was more of a player problem and not necessarily even a talent. It's just the makeup.
Mm-hmm.
You look at New Orleans, their makeup, their DNA, the way they walk around is different. The way they walk into a building is different. They're coming in as the aggressors. We don't go into games as the aggressor. We counterpunch, and sometimes it's too late.
Yeah. Except, and I agree with you, but that's what's so maddening. Then you have a game like we had last week against the Warriors where bam!
Bam!
Whoa!
Right. We were ready for that game.
And then where did it go?
Yeah, you're right.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Adam on Sactown Sports. Hello, Adam. Thanks for hanging. What's up?
Hey, I self-admitted Lakers fan, but I love the Kings. Went to school here and live here. I think if you guys get rid of Mike Brown, it's as ugly as when you got rid of Adelman, getting tired of only going to the playoffs. But listen, guys, I think we need to be asking the right question here. The Kings should represent the city. Where are our dogs? Where's our blue-collar workers on this team? I want to see someone that Zion might even be afraid to go up against that we get either through a draft pick or a trade. I'd love to see this team be more exciting because I think our area is more exciting when the Kings are hot. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. And by the way, I don't think anyone in any of these articles is suggesting Mike Brown's gone. They're going to fire him.
Right.
It's just a matter of, well, wait, is he going to be here long term?
Right. Are they going to extend him or what?
Yeah. But as far as addressing that roster wise, that need for more aggressive players, I think that's got to be on the list of Monty's to-do list, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be.
It has to be. And there's one guy who's a free agent that I want to bring up. I'll do it after the timeout. How about that? I got a guy for
He's got the pause, and then
you like that?
I got that coming up for you. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division type, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam Team, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system?
and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Remarkable change begins with daring to be different. Baby, I'm on a mission with Boost Mobile to putting the latest phones in the hands of more people. Introducing the signature Coach Prime Razor, only from Boost Mobile. Rush to your nearest Boost Mobile retailer and get your signature Coach Prime Razor on us. Get after it.
Limited time discount available online only while supplies last. Taxes extra. New customers only. Must activate the device within 30 days to avoid paying full price. Offer subject to change.
My ride smells just right, just right, just right, just right.
Y'all gotta try that Febreze car.
Just right, just right, just right. La 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 la. With up to 40 days of consistency, all over Febreze car clips right on your face. You know my car's my happy place. Keep that smile on my face when it smells just right, just right, just right. Yeah, breathe happy Febreze. La 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 la.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort. See what we can do for you with a free fitting. Just stop in or schedule an appointment. With over 200 stores, there's likely one near you. Find yours at goodfeet.com.
Everybody needs Good Feet.
At Ashton Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
At Fasteners Inc., we believe adding quality power tools to your lineup shouldn't break the bank. That's why we're hosting the biggest Milwaukee tool sale of the year in Sacramento. On top of insane deals on Milwaukee power tools, all Milwaukee pack-out storage boxes, hand tools, and tool accessories will be 25% off. So come on down on April 27th to the Milwaukee Tool Sanity Sale at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road in Sacramento. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net.
ZZ Top, the Elevation Tour. Friday, May 3rd, 7:30 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley with special guest, Foghat. ZZ Top, playing all their classic hits. The venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sactown Sports.
Kyle Draper says he has for us a free agent that could add the dog element to the Kings roster. Before we get to that,
yes,
I want to share something. You know, we've talked a lot about this piece in The Athletic today. Sam Amick and
hey, wait, fellas, give Mary her Hall of
Mary
Fame.
I know. Why are you just skipping over MJB? Real love.
2024 Hall of Fame rock and roll inductee.
About a real love. Yeah.
So is that the whole class? Mary J. Blige, Kool and the Gang, Tribe Called Quest, Foreigner, Cher, and Dave Matthews Band?
Peter Frampton.
Peter Frampton, right.
Yep.
That's right.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, Ozzy.
Really?
Yeah. So he must be going in, solo.
Yeah. Have you guys ever heard Ozzy Osbourne singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" at a Cubs game?
I feel like I have seen
Yes,
that.
I have.
Yeah, I have.
It's like,
yeah.
let's go out to the driveway. It's like, oh my goodness. Yeah. All right. So congratulations to all. Anyway, you've been kind of saying, hey, do we really know where this thing is with front office and Mike Brown? Here's what they report. Quote, team sources say there's been a wait and see approach from the ownership side to this point, with a feeling from those around the franchise that singular results, the huge win over the Warriors, the gut punch loss to the Pelicans, could weigh heavily in future decision-making. And then a little bit of opinion here. That's a dangerous game to play. Ranadive has not yet approached Brown with an extension offer. Both sides have known for months now that this discussion was nearing about the outcome, but the outcome of it will set the tone for the next Kings season to come. Without a resolution, it has a chance to become a distraction, end quote. So that's where we are.
That's where we are.
Yeah.
I believe something will get done, though. I can't see any reason not to extend Mike Brown. He's done a phenomenal job. He stabilized the organization because even before Mike got here, let's not forget, Monty was still here. Monty was here before Mike. Had Luke Walton, had Alvin Gentry. It wasn't stable. Getting Mike stabilized this organization. And so hopefully Vivek takes care of him and gets this done.
Yes. What free agent do you have for us here?
All right, this isn't earth-shattering or any.
Can I get this guy to my mid-level? Because that's
yeah.
You
don't even have to use all of it. You can use partial mid-level.
Okay.
And we talked about moving De'Aaron Fox off the ball, right? We talked about Patrick Beverly.
Sign me up.
You're not asking him to come in. Well, tell me why not.
Patrick Beverly, to me, is a piece that a team that's like really close to being really good would add, and he can give you that extra ingredient to take you from a team that's got a lot of talent to maybe being able to stare down the biggest, baddest teams in the league. To me right now, I'm not at a stage where he's going to help me that much. And he's not a long-term fit. He's short-term.
I feel like we got to change the DNA of this team somehow, though. How do we change the DNA? It's not just about acquiring shooters. It's not just about acquiring 3-and-D guys. We talked about some dogs.
Yeah.
Give me a list of dogs.
Najee Marshall's all I got for you so far.
And I like Najee.
Yeah.
Why not Najee and Patrick Beverly? You may not have to give Najee the whole mid-level to $12 million. Give him partial, part of the mid-level.
Am I good enough as a team to where Patrick Beverly helps me? That's my question.
He's a piece. He's not the only piece.
But how much longer is he? I mean, to me, he's a short-term fix on a really good team.
Because I don't see the long-term fix from a dog standpoint. I need somebody to inject some dog into this DNA here with the Sacramento Kings.
I agree with that.
And I don't know. I looked at the list of free agents. I'll pull them out again and go down one by one more time. Who's that guy that can and have a major impact too? Like when Patrick Beverly walks into the room, everybody knows. Najee Marshall's not like that. Good player, has a little edge, but he's not like that. I don't know who else is on that list.
Sam Hauser.
How about this? And I look
Hauser and Herder. Look out! Boom, boom, boom.
I got another guy for you too. And he plays with Sam Hauser. Xavier Tillman.
He's a good, solid backup,
tough, hard-nosed
player, but I need more talent than that.
What do you? Give me some names, then, Whitey. This is the problem. The Kings are stuck.
Okoro. Now he's a restricted free agent.
Restricted.
Yeah. So
we can't offer him a lot of money. Yeah, we can't offer him that.
He's only at. I think he's only making like 8 or 9
because he's on his rookie deal.
Yeah, I know.
He's on his. We can't a restricted free agent. So you don't think Cleveland would match a $12 million? That's nothing.
Well, there's been a lot of talk that they may not want to, so I don't know.
Okay, all right.
And that's also a good chance that if they don't, that someone's going to give more than 12.9.
Yeah, right. That's what I was thinking.
Jayshawn Tate. Now, I'm not saying he's a dog, but he's upgrade you talent-wise. And Xavier Tillman is a really good player, but I'm nowhere near good enough where, all right, that's it. We got Xavier Tillman. We're set.
Nobody's saying that. Who's saying that? Well, I'm saying you got to add the side items, the pieces, the extra seasoning on the side.
That's where I disagree. I don't think they're good enough to do that yet. I think they need to add more of the main pieces.
Okay, let's talk about main pieces because Isaac Okoro is not that. Is it Jeremy Grant then? Make a trade for Jeremy Grant.
Then we're talking big trade.
Because huge trade. I don't think you can get any main pieces as a free agent.
Probably not.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Now you're talking a huge trade.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. 339-1140. 1-800-920-1140. Dave. Thanks for hanging, Dave. You're on with Drapes.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, if the Kings were 15th in free throws, they would have won 8 more games.
Really?
Yeah.
They ended up dead last, right, Dave? Dead last?
They were dead last.
Yeah.
They were dead last. If you are in the middle of the pack, you're winning 53 games.
Wow.
And you're in the playoffs. You're number 5 or number 4. There's a couple adjustments. And I want to see Keegan and I want to see a couple of other guys start playing angry. When you come to the rim, you've got to come there with bad intentions. He gets blocked too easy.
Thank you, Dave. I think it's accurate to say the consensus is right now, he's not a good finisher. Keegan, we've seen him, at times. We've seen dunks, we've seen drives, but he just had one a few games ago where he drove and the ball just flew out of his hand. I think even De'Aaron Fox is on record as saying after last year, he's got to work on that.
Yeah, no doubt. He has to work on that. And that's why this offseason is so important to him. I mean, we're looking for this magic wand to fix this team. And I don't think it's one pill or anything like that. I think it's going to take a series of moves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think when you look at what the Kings have, and the same thing going into last season, can Keegan Murray be that bona fide number 2? That's the question we don't have the answer to.
Right.
And are we okay with waiting to see that another year? Because what you're telling me, upgrading the high-level talent.
No, well, hold on.
No,
hold on. I'm not necessarily saying that you have to make that big trade now. I'm saying getting a veteran piece in short-term who helps me, I don't think I'm good enough to do that. I could get better players now. If I can get somebody through the draft who can shoot, who's got upside, who has a future, that helps me. If I can get a good player who's going to be a rotational player through free agency, that helps me. I'm not saying, all right now I'm set, but I need pieces that are going to help me in the next few years as I'm building towards that. The guys you mentioned,
Tillman doesn't. Tillman doesn't?
Tillman's a back, and I like him, but he's a backup.
He's a depth guy. He's a depth guy.
I don't think I'm good enough. I think he's way down on my list.
All right, so
I think my needs are greater.
Well,
than
let's have the
that's all.
conversation then.
Yeah.
What positions are we looking at? Because you're talking about starters, right? You're talking about guys that can come in and start.
Not necessarily.
Well, Tillman's a rotation guy.
Mm-hmm.
You just poo-pooed Tillman because he's a bench guy. He's a rotation guy.
He's a backup big, right?
Yeah. Rotation.
Mm-hmm. I need wings. I need 3-and-D wings, and I need shooting.
Give me some people.
I'm giving you, and every time I give you,
they don't move the needle enough, man.
Well, we agree on what, $12.9 million at your
Najee Marshall. We agree on that or no? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm a Najee Marshall guy.
All right. We'll continue to figure this out. We'll get back to the phones when we come back. Was this season, as De'Aaron Fox says, something to build on? Next with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Thinking of remodeling your home? Say goodbye to endless internet searches and visit Subcontractors United. Find a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in each home service category. From cabinets to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy, with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T level is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They're in Midtown in the Cal Sutter Medical Building and also offer telemedicine appointments. Plus, with free shipping directly to you, Revive takes the hassle out of treating low T and ED. Schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation today. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Were you recently in a car accident? Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Turn to the experts at Gonzalez Law. Our team specializes in car accident cases, wrongful termination, and criminal defense, fighting tirelessly to get you the compensation and justice you deserve. With years of experience and a track record of success, we don't settle for less, and neither should you. Visit SacLegalDefense.com or call 916-304-9187 for a free consultation. Gonzalez Law, your advocate in the fight for justice.
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies, but there just aren't, right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. You know, people come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything, you probably haven't tried Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate, the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort. See what we can do for you with a free arch support fitting. Just stop in or schedule an appointment. With over 200 stores, there's likely one in your neck of the woods. Find yours at goodfeet.com.
Everybody needs Good Feet.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown Sports.
Yeah, so there's a performer category, and then there is a recipients for musical excellence awards. So Jimmy Buffett, MC5, Dionne Warwick, and Norman Whitfield were selected as the recipients for the musical excellence award. I would imagine that means they're probably already in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Or I'm doing a little more research here.
I would also need help, frankly, with Norman Whitfield. Not familiar with Mr. Whitfield. Are you guys?
No.
I have no idea. Okay.
No.
I'm guessing he's a country artist, but Norman
Whitfield.
I don't know. Have you been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
No, you know what? I've only been to Cleveland once, and it's like 15, 20 minutes outside of downtown, I think. And so I did not venture out. But I do want to check it out. I do want to check it out. Yes.
Congratulations to all of the winners.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
You having a good day, man?
Pretty
because
good.
This is the Monday after the Kings lost.
Yeah.
This is our first show.
Mm-hmm.
My day's been, it's like I woke up sad, knowing that we would talk a lot about the Kings, did a nice little walk around the park, had some yummy lunch, tried to get myself in the right mind frame, enjoy my morning, enjoy my midday. But I'm hurting right now, big fella.
It's not working?
It's not working. It was a great morning. It was great. But I don't want to be talking about Orlando and Cleveland for the next week. I don't want to talk about all these other yahoos for the next 2 weeks. I miss our Kings, man.
Yeah, I know. I got over it quickly.
Did you?
Because last year, we all went through it. Last year was like, oh my goodness. Great year, but it was rough. The offseason last year to me went by pretty quickly.
It did.
And then before you know it, it's like, oh, it's a draft. And it's like, oh, Summer League's here.
Because we were optimistic, too. It was like Summer League, Keegan went off. We were excited for the season. Now this is a long, hard, difficult offseason. We may be losing one of our family members in Malik Monk. We may, the draft is weak this year. It's not a deep draft. Where's the optimism this offseason?
Well, I'm excited. I understand your point and you're right. But last offseason was, you know how they say sometimes a team has a gap year? Last year was a gap offseason. It's like, we're not doing anything. This year, it's on.
Okay.
So,
right. So you're expecting something this year?
They have to do something. It's going to be interesting. Even if it's
TJ Warren? Does that move the needle at all?
Jerry loves TJ Warren.
There you go.
If he's always hurt though, right? If he's
healthy,
been
banged up.
He can help you.
TJ Warren was Bubble League All-Star, right? The way he went off in the bubble a few years ago.
You know what? I'm not as open as I was a year ago to a guy like, oh, this guy, they thought he was going to be good, and he went to Oregon, by the way, and then he was hurt. Now we're bringing him in, and he's going to be great. That type of thing.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
And that just didn't work. None of it worked last year.
None of it worked. And, although my guy Chris Duarte vowed to be better next year. You know, and remember, his second year was a wasted year too. Like it missed, you know, most of the season, half the season. I don't know, man. You know who I like? Nah, but this guy got a team option. Aaron Wiggins of OKC. I like him, but they're going to keep him. I don't know where we go, man.
De'Aaron Fox says this year was something to build on. What do you make of that? Before you answer, we go to Steven, who's been hanging on. Hey, Steven, you're on the drive, guys. How are you doing on this somber Monday?
I am doing fantastic. How you guys doing, man?
Good. Better than Drapes. Drapes having a hard time today.
Yeah, man. You're quit being a downer, my guy. Quit being a downer. It is one of those days, though, man. It is one of those days. So you guys touched upon it earlier, like a few segments ago, and you took my thoughts right out of my mouth, man. I really don't believe that Mike Brown is really to blame in all of this. He was, you know, it's Monty McNair's job to give Brown and to give the head coach the proper pieces that the general manager believes that are the right pieces and the correct pieces to get the job done. He sat on his hands for 2 seasons. And I mean, granted, if these guys did earn that, they earned it. He gave them the chance to run it back because they did such an amazing job last year. They overachieved, but I mean, I would like to imagine that the whoever's on the clock, if anybody's on the clock, it's Monty, not necessarily Coach Brown, because he has to do something. I'm really excited for year 3. I'm really, really, really looking forward to next year because this offseason, he can on his hands again at all whatsoever. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
I agree with you, Steven. This is why we're so conflicted this year. As The Athletic points out, the Kings were 15-8 against 6 of the season's 8 Western Conference playoff teams. Swept the Lakers. 3-1 against Denver. 2-1 against Minnesota. 2-2 against OKC, the Clippers, and the Suns. So, you know, you figure that's a playoff team, right? Domas said, I feel like we got better. We just couldn't finish some games. We dropped a couple. The West is tougher. We kind of put ourselves in a bad situation. De'Aaron Fox said it was something to build on. Do you think the season the Kings just had gave them something to build on?
I think there's always something you can take away from a season. I do think they learned something, and hopefully they come back hungrier and better. In terms of himself, in terms of Domantas and the team, I think, and he talked about this, paying attention to free throws. Maybe they come in, you know, a much better free throw team. That's something they took from this season, something they learned from this season. As Giannis said, there is no failure, right, in sports. I mean, you win or lose, yes, but hopefully you're always growing. You're always getting better. And I do think going through this and being the hunted, being a team that isn't going to surprise anybody, will help this team. Yes, I do think so. Yes, 100%.
I agree with you. There's a difference between having something to build on and then having things to learn from. Maybe it's semantics, but I'm with you. There's a lot of things that happened this year that the Kings could stand to learn from. Build on? I mean, I guess maybe defensively, they were building towards something. Yeah. But the rest of it, face it, it seemed like they
no more chemistry, though? Like, you know, more time together, learning Keegan's game a little more, you know, just that inherent knowledge. You know, when they pick up next year, it'll be, you know, even farther along than they were last year at this time. Sure. I'm trying. I am trying. Hey, I tell you what, though. I just found another guy the Kings should go out and get.
All right.
We got timeout, though. I'll tell you after.
I can't wait. Next drive, guys. Sactown Sports.
The Sacramento Kings play here.
He's got the triple. Sacramento takes the lead.
Get your Kings fix all season long right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports and SactownSports.com.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Five guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Yeah, of course, Monty and Wes have always been really open with me and included me in some big decisions, which I appreciate, and hopefully it keeps moving forward that way, and we have a big summer coming up.
Peter Frampton and, of course, Domantas Sabonis.
Yes.
Peter Frampton. Come on, let's do it again, Kings, right? Let's do it again, like the Beam next year. Forget this year.
That's not running it back, right? That doesn't mean running it back.
Right, but just get back to the good vibes of last year and that great positive feeling of, wow, this thing is moving in the right direction. Did you happen to see today, we mentioned The Athletic many times, the poll, The Athletic had their annual player poll. They published the results today. Did you happen to see them?
I did see that, yes.
I don't know about you, but I always skip right to most overrated. I don't. Maybe that's negative. Like best player, yeah, it's Domas. Best defensive player, I think it was Gobert. Who's the most overrated?
Yeah, who's
player?
the most overrated?
2.5%. I go way down to the bottom. Tatum, Anthony Davis, Beverly. Yeah, I sure want him. And Domas, 2.5% of the vote. But that's okay. That's some pretty good players in there. So,
yeah, no, that's not a slight.
You're in there with Jason Tatum. 3.7% of the vote for most overrated. Cat, Julius Randle, Tyrese Halliburton, John Collins, Bradley Beal.
Brad Beal, okay.
Yeah, now we're moving up into the top 5. Again, this is NBA players, 81 votes cast. Most overrated, 4.9%, James Harden and Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks, overrated.
Yeah. By the way, and I apologize because you have a free agent for us, and I forgot.
Yeah, you forgot.
Yeah, I forgot. We'll get right to that. Trae Young, number 3, 7.4. Jordan Poole, 8.6. Amen. And Rudy Gobert, number
Jordan
1.
Poole even rated?
Not after
you know
last
what I mean?
year.
Like
the
after
poor
that.
guy. Did you see him? He'd be dribbling along and then whoop, just fall down.
Yeah.
It's sad. Rudy Gobert, number 1 answer, 13.6%.
I disagree with that 100%. Look at what he's done in Minnesota. Last year, him and Towns, the narrative was they couldn't play. This year, the dude's about to win maybe another Defensive Player of the Year award. I mean, he's been fantastic for them.
By the way, I misspoke because I said he was voted best defender. He wasn't. He was 6th. Wembanyama was voted Defensive Player of the Year by players in this poll.
Man, he ain't locking nobody up.
Yeah.
He slide those puppies.
Malik got a vote for most underrated. He got a mention.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Most underrated was Derek White, but tied with Jalen Williams of the Thunder. But be that as it may, this is just trivial compared to the name that Kyle Draper is going to give us.
Oh, this is too much pressure. This is I don't
Here
know
we
if
go.
I think I'm gonna under-deliver on this because you're excited. You say, you're
You said
teasing
got another
this.
name for us.
I got another name.
What does this guy bring us? What is this guy supposed to be bringing us?
Athleticism.
All right.
Defense.
Uh-huh.
Nice wing player.
Uh-huh.
Upside.
Okay. I like it. I like upside.
And this was not the full mid-level. You don't have to give him all $12 million.
Because Chris Watkins was explaining to me, I can split my mid-level, right?
You can split your mid-level. Ready?
Yeah.
KJ Martin. Hear me out, Whitey.
Okay.
Hear me out. He's toiling away in Philadelphia right now.
Mm-hmm.
Only playing 12 minutes a game. Last year with the Clippers and Houston.
He's already been with 3 teams.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This past season, Clippers and Philly.
Okay.
Combined 5 points per game. Not even that, 4 points. But the last year in Houston, as a 22-year-old, 12.7 points, 5.5 rebounds, and played 28 minutes a game. I thought he was on the verge of a breakout and could be a key member. Maybe not a starter. I'm talking about a good rotation guy. I think KJ Martin has his best basketball is ahead of him. They're not using him in Philly. I don't know what it is, but he has some toughness. He plays above the rim. He attacks the rim. He plays with force. He could be a guy too.
Do you know who drafted him in the 2020 draft with a 22nd pick?
No.
In the round, 52nd
I'm
overall.
on the basketball reference page too right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How come we can't get guys like that, right?
Sacramento Kings. Yeah. Boy, he must have gotten hurt, because he played, like you say, had that great, a very solid year in 23. Then he only played 60 games this year. No, I don't know if he got hurt. He just started
did
2 games. Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, after that last season in Houston, it looked like he was poised to break out, right? Like, I know you're studying the numbers right there. You got a furrowed brow.
I remember on Houston's like, I remember he looked like
he came
really
in here and
player.
yes, and then all of a sudden he goes to the Clippers a couple of games. Sixers 58 games, never really just fit in.
Kenyon's kid, right?
Yes, I'm thinking just as a rotation guy. I'm not thinking of a high level starting caliber all-star, future all-star, but this is a guy that plays with a motor. I think that's what we need, guys that play with motors.
I don't know the answer to this. If he can defend, I'm in. If he can, I don't know. And
you're killing me, man. You're killing me.
I don't know. Can he guard people? Because he can't make a free throw. Okay.
Yes, I think he can guard
right.
people. Yes, I would kick the tires on KJ Martin. Young still.
Kick the tires. I'm with you. Kick the tires.
Kick the tires.
Mm-hmm.
What about your boy Royce O'Neal? You want to crack at him? Because this is a guy we talked about. He's going to be unrestricted from Phoenix. I see, man. Nobody impresses you right now.
No. I like KJ Martin more because I like younger guys that can become something for me rather than, like I say, Royce O'Neal to me is a guy like Phoenix got him to be a veteran to kind of stabilize things.
Yeah.
And I don't think I could be wrong. Maybe I'm underrating the Kings. I don't think their roster is far enough along where I think that's a luxury for them that they can't afford right now.
Yeah, no. But
that's all I'm saying.
And I agree with you because I think if you're the Sacramento Kings, you might not be able to find that finished product right now.
Yeah.
Like you might have to go find a diamond in the rough.
It's like Moneyball.
Yes.
Yes. Where you have to find guys that no one realizes this guy actually is, undervalued players who are affordable. Yeah, I'm with you, especially when you don't have a lot of cap room. You got to find those guys. You're right.
That's what I'm saying. It can't be like, for instance, if Malik Monk was on somebody else's team, we can't say, oh, let's go get Malik Monk because you can't afford him. Mm-hmm. So, for instance, KCP is a free agent, but we can't afford Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. We can't get him. And so we have to look at guys that, maybe in our system we can get the best out of. A la Malik Monk last year with the Lakers, 2 years ago with the Lakers. Solid season, comes here, blossoms.
I don't mean to disrespect anybody because I know that fans have more important things to do than keep track of this. But I think a lot of fans, and I know there are many, 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 many very knowledgeable fans here. I think a lot of fans this summer are going to have a hard time understanding why the Kings, what? They couldn't keep Malik? Why didn't they offer him more?
Right.
You can't. Well, then why don't they use that money that they could have paid Malik to get somebody else? You can't.
Right, you can't.
I think people are going to struggle with that a lot.
They are, and if you talk to people around the league, some people say that's why signing Domas to that massive extension didn't make sense. Because that eats up part of your cap space and limits what you're able to do. I don't know. Could you have waited till this offseason to re-sign Domas? Probably. I feel like, Monty and those guys knew they wanted him as part of their core. So they went out and wrapped it up. You don't want the guy to, who knows what would have happened this season? What if you take a major step back? What if he's unhappy? And, and so I get it. But when you look at the cap situation, you can't just use that $18, $19, $20 million, that Malik Monk slot, and then just go sign a similar guy. You're hamstrung. So you're going to have that mid-level exception, 12.9, 12.7, something like that.
To be,
yeah, exactly. And so you got to use that money.
Isn't that hilarious? 12.9 million. It's like that.
It's not even that much
for that.
I remember the mid-level used to be like $6 million.
What's Caitlin Clark? I can get a whole bunch of
you get
Clarks.
I would sign her. Seriously. I'd be like, Caitlin, come play for my squad right now. I'm looking at the free agent market, and I just don't think it's that good. It's not. How about this guy?
I think you got to go over it. You've mentioned it a few times, fellas. I think maybe, next segment or next hour, you kind of put some names to, faces and names out there. Just right now, and of course you'll be able to reiterate throughout the rest of the off season. But I think maybe it's time to name some of those guys, because I'm actually intrigued on who's, I know a lot of them, but I might be missing a few of them.
Yeah.
Some of the bigger names you talking, Jay?
Yeah, just as far as free agent, bigger, mid-level, I guess, in the range of where the Kings are. Yes, sir.
If the Kings are looking to deal, who could they trade for? We have a few names there, and Drapes is continuing to scour.
Yeah.
I think Monty has actually asked him to do this.
Right.
He's scouring through the list of available.
I'm taking care of him.
Yeah, free agents, that and more for you when we come right back here. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
Subscribe to Sactown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys, live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus, view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sactown Sports.
Country in the Park is back May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Jay Cohen, Walker Hayes, and more. Tickets start at just $46. Country in the Park May 17th and 18th at Cal Expo. For more information, visit CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by Tug Shed, new dog treatment sensors, and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
Grab the keys to a new Toyota. Explore more this season in California with Toyota's legendary reliability. Shop a wide selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs, including more hybrids and plug-in hybrids than any other brand. Right now, get low 3.99% APR financing on the spacious Highlander, or check out great lease deals on the stylish Camry, sporty Corolla, and dynamic RAV4. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available on 2024 models through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit, excludes hybrids and Sport 3024.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T level is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They're in Midtown in the Cal Sutter Medical Building and also offer telemedicine appointments. Plus, with free shipping directly to you, Revive takes the hassle out of treating low T and ED. Schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation today. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
When I want to stretch out after a long day, my sofa needs to be comfortable, but it also needs to look attractive and inviting when guests come to visit. Hi, I'm Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. We spend so much time on our living room sofas that we forget they're a focal point and a hint to our decorating tastes. Right now, during Naturewood Home Furnishings sofa sale, you can save on every sofa, including gallery-exclusive custom-ordered flex steel furniture. Whether you're interested in a new sofa, sectional, or recliner, you can choose from hundreds of colors and fabrics. Nobody has more styles and choices than Naturewood Home Furnishings. And when it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop Naturewood for the look you love at a price you'll love even more. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable sofa sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
At Fasteners Inc., we believe adding quality power tools to your lineup shouldn't break the bank. That's why we're hosting the biggest Milwaukee tool sale of the year in Sacramento. On top of insane deals on Milwaukee power tools, all Milwaukee pack-out storage boxes, hand tools, and tool accessories will be 25% off. So come on down on April 27th to the Milwaukee Tool Sanity Sale at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road in Sacramento. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net.
Were you recently in a car accident? Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Turn to the experts at Gonzalez Law. Our team specializes in car accident cases, wrongful termination, and criminal defense, fighting tirelessly to get you the compensation and justice you deserve. With years of experience and a track record of success, we don't settle for less, and neither should you. Visit SacLegalDefense.com or call 916-304-9187 for a free consultation. Gonzalez Law, your advocate in the fight for justice.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Hall of Famer Dave Matthews with the Dave Matthews Band. We're celebrating the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame today. Just something to kind of lighten the mood on this solemn Monday for Kings fans. How about this? We appreciate this. People on the chat, on the text line, on the phones, helping us figure out where the Kings go from here. Ryan Williams Art says, Kings need a dog. I heard there's a guy who plays hard for 2 minutes out in Fulsom. I bet we could get him real cheap. Yeah, tell us more, Ryan Williams.
Sign me to that 10-day contract. I'll take that. Why not? Shoot, I got 6 fouls too.
You only play hard for 2 minutes? Is that accurate?
Yeah, remember didn't I tell you this story? 22-minute halves?
Yeah, you did.
And then I looked up and it was like 20 minutes and 30 seconds still on the clock. And I was like, oh my God.
But you're still getting into game shape, you said.
Yeah. I'm not in game shape, man. I'm using these games to get in. Usually I'm a once a week kind of player. Right now I'm twice a week trying to get myself into shape. But man, I'm sore right now. It's hard to move around.
I think it was in that player poll. They were talking about Tibbs. Yeah. And one player anonymously said, I'm too old for these practices.
Right. Tibbs is no joke. He'll work you. That's for sure.
Yeah. We'll get back to our list. We're actually assembling it with your help as we speak. First, Rick joins us here on Sactown Sports. Hello, Rick. You're on the Drive, guys. Thanks for hanging. What's up?
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Good. What's up?
Not much. This being a solemn Monday, I think the Kings, boy, they have a lot to figure out. The coach needs or wants a contract. I kind of wonder if towards the end of the season, I don't want to say he lost the locker room, but it made me kind of wonder if the Kings, maybe some of them were playing for themselves. And then the Malik Monk question. Last time the Kings moved their sixth man to a starter, if I recall, I don't remember who it was, but his stats weren't much different from when he was coming off the bench, and I found that kind of interesting. And I always think that if you're going to move your sixth man to a starting position, you're losing a very, very important position, and that's sixth man. I mean, you don't want to lose much when you start going to your bench, and so that's a big question for the Kings. Will they even be able to afford him? Because on the interview they had this morning about how much you can make in other cities, because the taxes that California charges won't be nearly as much. That's a huge question right now. And I was also kind of disappointed in Darren Fox's comments on that, and how he kept emphasizing this was a business. This was a business. And that kind of cemented my feeling that perhaps the Kings were playing more for themselves and kind of lost track that the coach is the one that got them there last year. And so I think going into next season, boy, there's a lot of questions. Will they get back on track? I know the Western Conference was really tough, but towards the end of the season, even past the trade deadline, the talk on the radio station, this radio station was all about trades.
Gotcha.
And I thought that was I think that was kind of odd that, we're past that deadline. The Kings are still in a race. They're in a race not only for the play-in, but to make the regular season. And so I think the way the regular season ended left a lot of questions going into next year. And it's nice that they made the playoffs and they beat the Warriors. I love that.
Thanks, Rick.
Not surprising.
Gotcha. Thank you for the call.
They lost. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, golf to go is next. No, it was kind of a long. Thank you.
Leave Rick alone. He's making some good points, man.
Yeah, he was, Rick. But I'll tell you, as far as you being disappointed, you can be disappointed in whatever you want, happy about whatever you want. But being disappointed in what De'Aaron Fox said, and you're wondering if the players are losing sight of what really matters. It is a business. There are NBA players, a lot of them. Kyle can speak to this. And I'm not talking about the Kings, I'm talking about everybody. They probably are more loyal to their shoe companies than they are to their teams, because they change teams more often. So that is just the nature of it. And I appreciated De'Aaron Fox being forthright on that. And clearly, De'Aaron Fox, all the guys that talk about Malik, they do want him to stay here, but they recognize you're talking millions of dollars that he can get somewhere else, and there's just nothing the team can do about it. It is a business. It's their livelihood. And like, I appreciated De'Aaron Fox said, I don't know if he said it today, but he said, Vince Carter told me, you got to make the money when you can. That may be kind of, we don't want to hear that, but hello, it's their lives.
Yeah, and I think players, most of the time, most players are for other players getting their bag, getting their checks, And
also your buddy Rick, what was this about? Mike Brown lost the team.
No, that's ridiculous, Rick. I think Mike Brown should be applauded for not losing the team, to be honest with you. Sure, they struggled down the stretch, but that wasn't because, look at their schedule down the stretch, It was tough. They were injured, and so, I think Mike Brown did a hell of a job.
Yeah.
But I'm compiling this list here, just so you know.
Yeah, we're going to get to that in just 14 seconds. But I understand where Rick's coming from, because there were so many times this year where we watched him and said, well, something's wrong. What's wrong? Don't know what it was. But I don't think I think if Mike Brown had lost the team, I think it would have been a lot more obvious.
Yeah, I think so. They would have been getting blown out outside of the Pelicans game. Remember, it was just a couple of weeks ago they beat the Clippers on a Tuesday. They just beat Golden State on a Tuesday in a big win. So I don't think they were, tuning them out or anything like that.
Yeah. So Jay wants your list here. What do we have? This is a list of guys that are free agents?
Free agent list.
Okay.
Yes, this is a free agent list. I'm compiling it right now.
Is
pretty
it
much
restricted or unrestricted or everything?
I pretty much left restricted off.
Okay,
just because I think it's just going to be too hard to do. At $12.9 million, that's chump change in today's NBA. And so here's my list, and you can say yay, nay, maybe, whatever. You guys can chime in.
No, I'm saying yay. I'm interested.
Yes.
No, okay.
KJ Martin.
Yay.
Yes.
Patrick Beverly.
No. I think
Definitely.
Jay is, yeah.
Oh, Xavier Tillman.
Nah.
Yeah, it depends on what else is coming.
Okay. Lonnie Walker IV.
Yes.
No.
Really?
I don't think he's there.
Let's talk. I didn't even say the full name yet, Whitey, and you said yes. Tell me why.
He's a dynamic. He's got a lot of Malik in him, I think. I don't know. He hasn't shown that he can play point, but
he was big for the Lakers in their run last year.
Yeah. Remember, I'm just
What's
saying.
he doing this year?
I want to talk to him.
Right.
So,
And not doing much in Brooklyn this year. He's in Brooklyn, not doing a whole lot. Marcus Morris Sr.
No.
That's my guy, too. Gosh.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
If you can get him for the vet men.
Yeah, something cheap, vet men.
He can replace Trey Lyles for me.
We need to have the Trey Lyles talk, too. I don't know what happened to Trey Friday. Nowhere to be found. I don't. Only 13 minutes. I don't know what happened. I got a couple interesting names though. Derek Jones Jr.
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, is that the first one that you both said yes, or did you say KJ Martin?
But I mean, this is
like both all in
both
on that.
Nikes,
Okay,
yeah.
I got another guy for you that you both might be all in. This guy has a player option, so I don't know what his I haven't even looked at, but. Gary Payton II.
Absolutely.
Ooh,
you didn't even have to think about that?
Why did he hesitated a little?
He comes on this team and probably starts almost.
No. He doesn't give you much offense. He does in it's the same system, but I can't have too many guards that can't score for me.
He's
hell of a defender.
I know.
He can play the forward.
He's a disruptor. Yeah, he small ball.
Good. I mean, a great guy too. Great guy.
That's a tough
He's
one.
also had like core muscle injuries.
Yeah. All right. Reggie Bullock. 3-point specialist.
Because he can shoot, I'm talking to.
Yeah, I would too.
Okay.
And he plays some good defense.
Yeah.
Now, this guy has a team option. Your boy, Jay Sean Tate.
Yeah.
So I don't think he would be available. I got him as a team. You got him as a team or no?
I conveniently left that off.
I know. I threw him on there because that's your guy. So
yeah.
Mason Plumlee.
No.
Dang, Jay with the quickness.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't want any. There's a whole bunch of Plumlees.
Plumlees, you don't want any of those.
I don't want any of them. Marty.
Yeah. Torian Prince.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give him
3
to
and
me.
D guy.
Yeah.
You know, a little veteran in the room. I'm with you on that. My boy, Patrick Beverly. You're out on him.
I'm out. Jay's in.
I'm in. Yeah.
Jay Crowder.
No.
Oh.
I don't like the way he's held teams ransom, and
I love Jay.
He would have
Jay's my
no
guy.
interest in coming here.
Dude, Jay's my guy.
That's great.
Like that's
yeah.
If you would have asked me this last year, absolutely.
Exactly.
I don't know what he still has left in the
Right,
tank because I
that's
haven't
my only
seen him,
thing.
Drapes.
That's my only concern too with you. I'm with you. Malik Beasley.
Yeah.
He's starting for Milwaukee right now.
Yes.
Dang, Jay.
Wait. Oh, he's starting? See, I
for the
can't-
Bucks, right? Yeah.
I don't know if I can get him for my.
I'd say no.
He's unrestricted though.
Yeah. Me,
have
no.
enough money.
But
I don't know if
Definitely.
he's going to get the bag though. His
Oh, he's a
season.
good
He's a
shooter.
good player, right?
Yeah. And I need shooting. Yes.
T.J. Warren.
No, he's hurt too much for me.
Can I talk to his doctor first? Yeah.
You
That's the only
guys,
thing.
man.
You need
Talk to
his
doctor,
records.
his chiropractor. Yeah. I need access.
Monte Morris.
Yes.
Dang, Jay with the quickness.
Yeah.
No.
What?
Don't like him.
Come on, Whitey. What are you doing, man?
Him
All
and Gary Harris, to me, they're like the same guy. I always get him confused.
I take Gary too.
Yeah, Gary Harris is a free
Is he?
agent. Yeah, Gary Harris.
1 for 12 in game 1.
Oh, no,
Okay.
come on. Yeah. What are you doing right now, Jay? Looking at the box score
box
from last
scoring it?
box
I
score.
need
Watch
shooting.
Come on, White.
I don't need 1 for
You
12
just-
anymore.
You just did that. You just proved the point. You're looking at one box score.
Well, to make my, I don't
Keegan
want
Murray
him.
was 3 of 12 last game or whatever he was. You can't do that. You can't do that.
You saying
Whitey.
Gary Harris is as good as Keegan Murray? I disagree.
And, see,
I disagree
Najee
with that.
Marshall.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
That was quick. Najee
I
Marshall.
think he has a lot of upside. I'm interested to see what kind of like what you guys have talked about.
Yeah.
Not so much as buy low because you're not buying low, but I think he's a fringe. Okay, he could probably turn into a decent starter and maybe, a very good rotational piece.
I agree completely. He gives you some of those things, like you said. He's got dog in him.
Yeah.
He plays hard, and this year he showed he can shoot. It's like
yeah.
that's
That might be our guy.
And he's not going to ask for a ton of money, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
That might
Put
be
him
our
up.
guy.
If we got all these names on our refrigerator on magnets. I'm sliding
his magnet is going up?
Well, yeah.
You know who might be available? It's a team option, but I don't know if the team wants to keep him. Bruce Brown.
Isn't that funny?
You were just thinking that?
We had that during the discussion during the
he made
break.
so much money this year.
No, but
I know
he's going to get paid. The team going to cut him, release him.
I'm taking.
They're not going to pick up the team option. I'm
interested. I was interested last year. The only reason I go
because that was an overpay. I think. That was an overpay.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Coming off the championship, did well.
He
Had
went
the
to
finals.
Indiana, right? And then they
got rid of him, traded him.
Yeah,
he's
not a great shooter, but I've always liked him.
Okay.
I think he's perfect for this team.
Yeah,
I like it.
All right. One last guy I'll go with. Talen Horton-Tucker.
Don't like him because he was a Laker. I'll be honest with you. That's a
What?
bad reason. It's like I just think him as a Laker. I don't want him.
You know,
I don't like his game.
Yeah,
for the Kings, for like De'Aaron and Domantas.
Yeah, you might be right. You know who's available, and this is a guy we talked about earlier this year, or maybe even last year. Tyus Jones.
Ooh,
he might get paid though. He might get paid.
Backup point guard. I like it.
Yeah, he might even be a starter next to De'Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
But he might
is
get
he big enough.
I don't know, but he can handle the rock and doesn't turn the ball over.
He's about as close as it come to a pure point guard.
Point guard that if we can get him.
Mm-hmm.
That's just a piece. I mean, it's not putting us over the top or anything like that, but a solid piece. That's my list.
Yeah, thank you. I got a few names of guys that the Kings could trade for, but nothing to match.
Okay, nothing that list.
The brilliance of that
was
list.
Pretty good.
Drive guys, rolling on here, Sactown Sports.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
And a handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sactown Sports.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
ZZ Top, the Elevation Tour. Friday, May 3rd, 7:30 p.m. The venue at Thunder Valley with special guest Foghat. ZZ Top playing all their classic hits. The venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Every day, Cintas service reps help businesses get ready for the workday. They provide freshly laundered workwear delivered every week. Mats, mops, restroom and cleaning supplies. First aid and safety products to help your employees stay safe. They even test and inspect fire extinguishers and emergency lights. Cintas helps keep your business running smoothly. See what Cintas can do for you. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready.
and get ready for the workday.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. Now, I've told you this before, but this is what we call extending a good deal. Right now, American Energy Heat and Air is offering an HVAC diagnostic for $99. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Never mind. They're offering it free. It's a $99 value, but you get it for $0. Let the American Energy team test your system connections and all the moving parts of that system to ensure that it's functioning properly. Now, this is a limited time offer. Call today to schedule your appointment at 916-520-9990. Speak to the company that has an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau that's been making the greater Sacramento area proud since 1981. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
At Ashton Price, we get injury victims to yes. Experience, yes. Ashton Price has been around for over 25 years. No more insurance companies? Yes. Our clients focus on getting better and we handle all the rest. Results? Yes. We've collected over $100 million for injury victims. No fee until we win? Yes. Our clients pay nothing until we win. Ashton Price, the best at getting to yes. Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Yeah, emotions are everywhere, man. Like you said, I came here with one of my best friends, turned the organization around, turned the city around. The city loves me, and I said before, I love the city. So, yeah, man, the emotions just everywhere right now. And that's something I got to deal with being an NBA player, so I'll be all right.
Yes, the re-signing of Malik Monk is an urgent matter. Congratulations to Foreigner, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees. You know, we had talked a lot about this Malik Monk situation towards the end of the year, and I think we both said, well, they got to re-sign him. Well, they got to re-sign him. And obviously they can only do what they can do, but it just doesn't feel to me like he's coming back. I know he likes it here, but I
will say this.
I hope he does.
It feels to me like he's looking to get the bag.
Yeah.
Whether somebody will offer him more than I don't know. But it sounds like getting paid is a priority for him this summer, you know? But let me ask you this, though. Getting paid with San Antonio is a lot different than getting paid with Orlando. Do you think winning factors at all into this with Malik? Or is it just like, let's say his best offer is San Antonio, $400. Orlando offers $480. I don't know. Like, will he come back to Sac if it's $20 million more with San Antonio, or would he go to San Antonio? I don't know.
Based on the things he said, the way he's played when he's been here, it seems to me like winning matters to him a lot.
It seems like that, yes. But when you start to add in De'Aaron Fox, what he said, Malik, the way he's sounding, and I can argue San Antonio would be a good fit for him.
Well,
too.
yeah.
With Victor, and that they got some pieces.
Both those teams, Orlando, the other one, that's what concerns me. It's not like, well, I think Atlanta's another team, but that doesn't seem like a great fit. But San Antonio, Orlando, wow. Ooh. I mean, Orlando needs exactly the types of things that he can give them.
Yes.
So, and we just looked at the list of free agents. It's not an overwhelming class.
Isn't.
So if you're Orlando, it's like, well, who do we want to give all this money to? Hey, looks like he would be potentially a good fit. By the way, what do you think? You're looking at some potential free agents. I don't know how I feel about this guy. Kyle Anderson.
Slow-mo. No to slow-mo. I like Kyle Anderson. I like his game. He's more of a half-court player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he fits in with De'Aaron, Domas. I don't like it.
I think we all agree that the Kings could stand to upgrade athletically, and I don't know that he really
right. It's like the reverse anti-athletic. Nah, I don't know. You know, a guy that I brought up too, and somebody on the text line. To me, Gary Trent Jr. might be a player. He might be a player.
That's a really good call.
If you lose Malik, what's his salary right now? Why do you got that? Gary Trent Jr. I don't know if he's looking to get a bag or not. I don't know if he's looking to get paid or anything like that. But to me, this is a guy that can shoot the rock.
17.2.
Ooh.
He signed a 3-year, $51.8 deal with the Raptors. Let's see. Not sure when he signed that, but
yeah, I don't know.
He will earn next year while carrying a cap in. This is an incomplete sentence. I'm sorry. It doesn't actually make any sense.
Are you on spot track right now? You on there?
Yeah.
I mean, but he would be a guy. If you lose Malik and you can get him for the mid-level, he would be. He's a guy that I think can hit big shots, can handle the rock.
Tough trade for him, though, right?
I think he's up. I think he's a. Let me look it up. I brought this up for a reason, big fella. I didn't just pull this out of my.
Well, according to this, he's under contract for next year. That's why he hasn't come up as free agent.
23, 24. No, I got him. This is his third year with Portland. And he's on my list.
Player exercised. Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah. He's on my list of free agents. Toronto, right? Let me double check. I'm on ESPN right now. Yeah. Gary Trent Jr., free agent. All right. Yes. Sign me up.
I don't have enough to sign him, I don't think.
You think, yeah, he might get paid.
I like him.
So let me ask you.
There he is right there. Yeah. 17.28.
So here's the thing. If we're having this much trouble trying to find an answer.
We're not having trouble.
No, we are.
Great answers.
No, we are not. But none of them are like definitely. What was the one definitely? Was it Lonnie Walker the fourth?
No, I don't think Jay was in on
it. It was Derrick Jones Jr.
Yeah.
Derrick Jones Jr.
Yes.
I would like Derrick Jones. Long, athletic, can defend. We saw what he did against us. Give me Derrick Jones Jr.
Would you like to hear a list of players who are believed to be
trade eligible?
Yeah, on the trade market. There's just a list. I'm not cherry picking saying these are the guys. All right.
And I'll tell you who I like.
You might not like any. It's a short list. Jordan Clarkson.
No.
Dorian Finney-Smith.
Yes.
Yeah. Zach LaVine.
Yes.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yes.
Come on. Trae Young.
Trae Young? Ooh, Ice Trae.
I'm going yes.
Ooh, I might go yes too. I don't think we had the assets, but I like Trae Young. I'm a Trae Young guy, dude. Trae Young is nice. He's really good.
He comes to this team. You could arguably say he's the best on the team.
Him and De'Aaron are not going to coexist.
Just
like Trae Young and our guy. Remember how much we like DeJounte Murray?
Oh, yeah, DeJounte.
He's the guy. They got to go trade for him.
He's the guy.
He's a good player.
He's the guy. You see what Atlanta's going to do, right? They're trading Trae Young. They're not getting rid of DeJounte Murray. Trae Young. But the Lakers are supposedly going to go with Trae Young. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying, though, Whitey. You can't do this to me, man. You can't do this exercise right now because all the big-name guys, LaVine, Trae Young, we're going to hear them with the Lakers. We're going to hear him with all the big names.
Zach LaVine is on record as saying he wouldn't mind coming here.
He signed here.
I mean, I don't know that I want him, but he's definitely open to coming here.
I think you can get him for the cheap.
You think so?
I think so.
It's going to take a couple of firsts. Do we have
to pay him?
Right.
Think you got?
He's good. Yeah, $40-something million a year.
Yeah, he's getting paid.
Gosh.
But
we got some contracts that can be moved.
Now, that would be a swing for the fences, right?
I would do that in a heartbeat.
This guy's got injury history. You got to pay him a lot of money. But, boy, if he's really good, hey, let's mortgage our future for Zach LaVine.
You guys think you're going to have to give up two first-round picks for Zach LaVine right now?
Look at
I don't believe
the price tag on good players now, legitimate good players.
He's hurt, though.
I know.
You're buying low. See, I think you're going to have to give up 2 for Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
You might have to give up like 3.
What did he cost when he got traded
to
Cleveland?
4?
4? Yeah.
And Larry Markkinen, who turned into an all-star. Like, they gave up picks and an all-star for Donovan.
Yeah.
Sign me up for,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm going to call Monty right. Make Zack LaVine to Sacramento happen.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, it's very risky, but again, where the Kings are, they may have to, in order to get that much talent, you may have to assume some risks. That's the only way you get, like Jeff Petrie, like, no one wants this guy right now, but he's really talented, so maybe we should trade for Chris Webber. It's a good thing they did.
Right. But here's the thing we know about Monty. Everybody's saying, oh, he's going to slow play it, be patient. He is the same dude that traded Tyrese Halliburton for Domantas Sabonis.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not afraid to shake it up or make bold moves. Zack LaVine would be a bold move.
Mm-hmm.
Sign me. I would go to the airport right now for Zack LaVine. I'd wait out there for him. Zach, I'm over here. Come with me. Love Zack LaVine.
I want Jordan Clarkson. So, see? What will be the biggest stories of the Kings offseason? Next, Drive Guy Sactown Sports.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sactown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think again. There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S., over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss even when you monitor your credit. If your identity's stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% their first year with my name, Clay, as the promo code at lifelock.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Valvoline Advanced can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life oil filter for only $35.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Jiffy Lube has a special promotion going on right now. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change at Jiffy Lube and receive a $25 e-gift card from popular brands for food, gas, and more. It's that easy. Simply purchase a Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change and receive a $25 e-gift card. So basically, going to Jiffy Lube can get you a free lunch or a pizza for dinner. That's what we call added value for the consumer. That's why Jiffy Lube is #1 in the greater Sacramento area for oil changes. Visit jiffylube.com for more details and valuable coupons today.
Hey, movie fans, the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento is now serving adult beverages. Back for a limited time. Dune Part 2, the IMAX experience.
We've been fighting the Harkonnens for decades. My family's been fighting them for centuries.
Treat yourself to this cinematic masterpiece on the IMAX 6-story screen. Getting advance tickets to a showtime is easy. Visit IMAX.com/Sacramento and reserve your seat today. And don't miss this last chance to see Dune Part 2 at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort. See what we can do for you with a free fitting. Just stop in or schedule an appointment. With over 200 stores, there's likely one near you. Find yours at goodfeet.com.
Everybody needs Good Feet.
At Fasteners Inc., we believe adding quality power tools to your lineup shouldn't break the bank. That's why we're hosting the biggest Milwaukee tool sale of the year in Sacramento. On top of insane deals on Milwaukee power tools, all Milwaukee pack-out storage boxes, hand tools, and tool accessories will be 25% off. So come on down on April 27th to the Milwaukee Tool Sanity Sale at Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet on Power Inn Road in Sacramento. For more info, visit fastenersinc.net.
This is Kenny and Jerry from Bell Brothers Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Everyone knows that a group of fish is called a school, but did you know a group of giraffes is called a tower? Or how about a murder of crows, a quiver of cobras, a shadow of jaguars, a shiver of sharks, or a zeal of zebras? Wild, huh? So what do you call a group of Bell Brothers plumbers? They don't fit into any of the traditional plumber stereotypes. They're clean and well-dressed. They're on time and courteous. They're well-trained and friendly. They're exactly the kind of people you'd be comfortable and confident to invite into your home. That's why we proudly call them our family of plumbers. If you need a drain cleared or any other plumbing service, we'll send one of the family right over to help you out. Call Bell Brothers at 916-444-1234, or you can find us online at thenosurpriseguys.com.
The No Surprise Guys, Bell Brothers.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
It's not painful, sad, losing Malik and then don't replace him or anything like that. Somebody from the 916 says trade for DeMar DeRozan, HB, Cage, and 2 first-rounders. First of all, DeMar's a free agent. So I think he's going to have the pick of the litter wherever he wants to go.
Yeah.
And his age.
Right.
I love DeMar DeRozan.
I do too.
He's a tremendous guy and tremendous player.
I could have seen maybe trading for him last year at the deadline, short term. But
listen, are you looking at this text slide? Did you see the second one?
Uh-huh.
What are people talking about? There is zero chance this would happen, right? Should we read this out loud or do we entertain this kind of
like
nonsense?
we said, we welcome all opinions. We just reserve the right to make fun of any of them.
From the 831, I would keep eyes on Devin Booker. Rumblings that he needs a change of scenery. Stop. Phoenix needs more quality depth. We can offer that.
Rumblings.
Is that Monty McNair's burner account or somebody?
What's the 831?
Where's that at? 831. I don't know, man. Devin Booker? They would trade their entire team outside of Devin Booker before they trade Devin Booker.
831 is Monterey.
Monterey.
I just want to make sure. Yeah.
The owner
Herman
just
Edwards
bought
second in.
Santa Cruz and stuff.
Dude, like there's zero chance Devin Booker would be on the move. If you trade anybody, like you would trade the entire Phoenix Suns roster before you trade. Devin Booker's the one piece you build around.
Have you heard the talk that Kevin Durant in Phoenix, they're not sure he really wants to win and they're concerned about that?
No, I haven't heard that. Who said that? Did you read that on Reddit or something like that?
No, I did not. I think there was a writer on with Stiles and Watkins who said something about a writer from the Phoenix area. I don't know. To me, and then you know how these things kind of snowball. To me, it's like if I have Kevin Durant on my team, I'm not worried. I think I'm pretty confident that he wants to win.
That's what I'm saying. Who's this
that.
Yahoo that they had on? Like, this is a guy, if somebody really said that, his credentials need to be revoked. He can't come on Sactown Sports 1140 ever again. Like, it's some ridiculous takes that are out there. Kevin Durant doesn't want to win.
The only thing the Kings can do to improve the team is trade Keegan, Herter, Barnes, picks, and change for better players. Mikal Bridges from the 707. That's a lot of guys to replace.
Right. You traded 4 guys and picks.
Throwing out the Herter with the bathwater.
Let's have a quick conversation, Whitey, before we move on about the draft picks. The draft picks.
Yeah.
Because we did not make the playoffs, we cannot trade next year's draft pick, the following year's draft pick, 2026.
Because we don't know.
When the
Herter pick,
the first rounder. Now, if it doesn't convey in 2026, I think it turns into 2 second rounders after that.
Right.
So the earliest I think we could trade, if I'm doing my math correct, is 2027. If I'm correct.
I would think that if the Kings, they had some big deal brewing that involved a couple future picks, that they might go to Atlanta and say, look, just take the pick now and we'll sweeten the pot for you, right? I mean, there are ways they can get Atlanta to agree to, all right, it conveys now.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah, especially because when it's protected, you're protecting it.
Right.
So if you say, we'll waive the protection if you want it.
We may find out with this lottery pick. Let's say it's number 11. Well, we wouldn't get that. Let's say it's 13. Atlanta might say, you know what? You probably will make the playoffs and, we'll take it now.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
And maybe that frees you up to do something.
Yeah. So that's a
possibility. But you would also have to sweeten it as well, because why would Atlanta do that to help you out? Like, because you're calling them, hey, why don't you guys?
It would depend who they liked, and
give me a second round or 2 on top of it.
But this pick is one you can trade this year.
Yes, because it's yours now. It's not Atlanta's anymore. It is actually your pick. We know it's your pick.
And I know we were just talking to Jay about this. It seems now in today's NBA, if you want to acquire a quality player,
dude,
I mean, the going price is multiple first-round picks. I think that's one reason why the Kings didn't do anything at the deadline.
Rudy Gobert.
Because guys it was like multiple second-round picks for guys that were like, okay.
Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Durant. Look at all these packages. Like, teams want young players and picks.
By the way, 831 on the Devin Booker says, I'm glad I could give you guys a good laugh. You're welcome.
Thanks
for listening.
Needed that in the final hour.
I'll be listening for those rumblings. Maybe there's something there.
Man.
Big Devin Booker fan.
Huge Devin Booker fan.
But it costs a lot. If you're going to trade, and it looks like if the Kings really want to be much improved next year, they have to trade, right?
They got to trade.
That's what they want.
We're talking much improved. And I keep going back to Keegan Murray. Who is he going to be when it's all said and done? Is he Kyle Kuzma? And would we take that? 20-point per game scorer, long. We know Keegan can defend. I think we take that. But if we don't think Keegan can become that, then you need that another big-name guy, a Zack LaVine or something like that. But I will say this too, Whitey.
I'm warming up to Zack LaVine, and I
can't
believe it.
Because I look at and I keep bringing up Boston, but they got like 5 guys that are studs. We're talking about just trying to get a third stud. Why can't Keegan be a stud and we bring in another stud?
Mm-hmm.
Boston's tax bill is going to be outrageous, obviously, when you're paying Tatum 60, Jaylen Brown 60. You just signed Drew Holiday for 30. Derek White's up as well. You got to pay him. Porzingis is at 25 to 30 or whatever it is. So are we willing to pay that much too, Vivek?
Mm-hmm.
That's
So Malik's going to be a huge story this offseason. Acquisitions, roster additions, going to be a huge story. Mike Brown's not going to be a story, right?
No, zero. Mike Brown is here, big fella.
Yeah, thank you.
Vivek is not doing anything. He's going to sign him to the extension. Mike Brown is the guy in the franchise you could be proud of. Mike Brown is not going anywhere.
When we come back, the scariest thing about the Kings and their future. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
The only place you'll find Kevin Herter is Sactown Sports.
Herter's open, steps into three. He's got the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Kevin Herter, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Progressive presents Flo and JB announcing a monster truck rally.
And here comes the obliterator. Whoa! And he's up on two wheels. That can't be safe. Oh, I don't recommend flipping your car backwards. Did he even check his blind spot? And the car's on fire. I definitely don't recommend that. This is one of my recurring nightmares.
Progressive is all about keeping it safe, so bundle your home and auto for 24/7 protection. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Coverage not provided for monster trucks. Not available in all states.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% on your choice of any 10 or more select Samsung major appliances. Plus, get an extra 5% off every day on eligible purchases when you use your Lowe's business credit card. Get low prices on the materials you need today because Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 5/15. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. 5% offer subject to credit approval. Exclusions and terms apply. See store at lowes.com/credit for details. U.S. only.
Sactown Sports.
Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Ozzy Osbourne. If you've never heard it, do yourself a favor and listen to Ozzy singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" at a Cubs game. I think that was when Harry Carey was disabled. He was recovering from a stroke, and they had celebrities come in, and Ozzy did it one day, and I still have no idea what he was saying. Kyle Draper, got Jay, keeping us on track. Whitey Gleason, continuing with this Kings offseason. Where do they go from here? We're diving into free agent possibilities, trade possibilities. But here's the scariest thing, if we're going to keep it real here, about where the Kings are right now. The scariest thing about the Kings, they're stuck for now on the doorstep of something special, says The Athletic. They have foundational players such as Fox and Sabonis, whose presence raises their collective floor, but they lack the sort of dynamic talent, even potentially at the top end, and depth that would elevate them to true contention. Dang. So that's what the Kings have to. Not only do you want to get better, you want to avoid being stuck in the NBA middle, where you're not good enough to compete, nor are you bad enough to collect the assets that help you get up to the upper echelon.
Right. You don't want to be in that middle,
right.
Like no future, no hope.
Games again.
Right,
Yeah.
Right. That's no, exactly. And that's what the Atlanta Hawks are right now. They got some high-level talent, some big contracts, but it doesn't equate to wins. And if you're Sacramento, like you said, you don't want that to become you, where you have big contracts. A couple of years, you're going to have to re-sign De'Aaron Fox at $50 million or whatever it may be. And so I agree with that. The question is, too, can you win a championship? We're talking championship with De'Aaron and Domas as your top guys. And I ask this because I feel like when you look at past champions, those guys are top 5 players in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, think about how great Jason Tatum is, and he hasn't won a title yet. Donovan Mitchell, he hasn't won a title yet. All these great players. Luka Doncic, as great as he is, he hasn't won a title. So to win a championship, you have to have that dude night in and night out. Can De'Aaron become that? That's a good question. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He's shown flashes. Like, look at this. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, as he's that dude right now, right? Like, is De'Aaron on that level yet?
No.
Just a little behind, right?
Yeah,
like,
Shai is an MVP candidate this year. He's not going to get it, but he's a legitimate he's legitimately in the discussion.
Yeah.
Aaron Fox has never been anywhere near that.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing. I think, and this may sound crazy, I think running the offense through Domas doesn't give us the best version of De'Aaron Fox. I'm looking at Jalen Brunson, ball in his hands all the time. He's doing it all, scoring, making teammates better. Do we need to put more responsibility on De'Aaron Fox so that he's just not a scorer? You know what I mean?
Not until he can consistently shoot better from the three-point line. But I understand your point.
You see what I mean? Like,
I do.
When you're the guy,
yeah,
you have the ball in your hand.
Uh-huh.
And we've seen Fox have the ball in his hand late in games.
That is definitely what's for him. That's the natural way to play.
Right.
You can see that.
With the ball in his hands, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I think. And, there was some talk late in the season with Keon out there and everything that De'Aaron moving off the ball, having him off the ball was a good thing. I don't know. I would really like to see De'Aaron maybe with the ball in his hands a lot more, to be honest with you.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Jeff has been on hold. He joins the Draft Guys now. Hello, Jeff. What can we do for you?
How you guys doing? I always love to hear you. I almost thought you were drinking there because you're playing Monopoly and this drunken sailor wanted to spend money going crazy. I mean, we need to be like the Denver Nuggets. Okay, they don't have a high, expensive payroll. Yeah, Jokic, we've got our two players. What did we accomplish this year? I mean, if someone told me at the beginning of the year that we're going to be top 15 in defense, I would have said, what are you smoking? We're going to be known on our offense. We did a good job in an area of improving on defense. Now we got to fine-tune an offensive player. Domas needs a 3-and-D setter type person next to him so that he can feed him for a three-point shot, and then he can be down low defending. They're going to get better that way. They don't need LaVine. Sorry, we're not paying $60 million a year. You might as well bankrupt Sacramento.
Thank you, Jeff. It's a very impassioned view. Denver, by the way, I think they're pretty much capped out.
They got a high payroll. They're at 180-some million.
But here's the problem with Denver, guys. And this is give Calvin Booth and that front office a lot of credit. They got guys like Peyton Watson, Christian Brown, playing major minutes for them.
Yeah.
They've hit on their draft picks. So you're allowed, when it's sort of like the Warriors have been trying to do over
years.
You
it was a matter of necessity.
Yeah, exactly.
To fill out the roster.
But they got guys that are young that are actually playing meaningful minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Where's our young meaningful minutes? We got Keegan and Davion. After that, there's not much else out there.
We talk a lot about this team's culture and that team's culture.
Yeah.
No one ever talks about the Nuggets culture.
Yeah.
I think they must have a pretty good one, whether they call it that or not. To the point you just made, they bring in young guys and they get production out of them. And they won a championship and they're competing for another one. I think that Mike Malone has established, whether anyone wants to call it that or not, he's established a really solid culture there.
Yes, he has. And, I will say, too, you talk to anybody in Denver, Nikola Jokic is the hardest worker out there.
And he's a very selfless. He's kind of like Tim Duncan.
Yeah, exactly. And he's super selfless, like, we talked about, and he's a hard worker. And so I don't know what the answer is for Sacramento. We got Domas at, $40 million a year, for the next 3 years. You got De'Aaron that's going to come up. You got Keegan. That's our core right there. Who accentuates that? Who fits in? We know Malik does. After that, I'm open to any kind of changes.
Mm-hmm.
I think my boy, Zack LaVine, would be perfect. And here's why. Zach has never been a part of a big stage championship level situation. He comes here to Sacramento. First of all, you got a big man that can set you up. Second of all, you got another guy that can, score at all three levels. Third of all, when you look at Keegan Murray and what he's doing, he's ascending, the knockdown shooter. I think Zack LaVine's exactly what we need, guys. I you know what? We're talking 3-and-D guys and everything like that. unless you're going out there and getting a prime LeBron James, all the other guys we're talking about are solid players. Najee Marshall, good players, but do they make us championship contenders?
Next year,
I don't want to hear the money. I don't want to hear the money because it's not my pocket. And we're already maxed out cap-wise. We can't pay anything anyway.
Well, that's it. That's my point.
But you could trade the contracts that are comparable. You know what I mean?
You don't want to know how much he's getting next year?
47?
No, it's only 43.
Oh, that's it?
And then 45 the next, 45.9. Then he has a –
Is it a player option?
He has a player option for 48.9. I think he'll probably exercise it. Don't you?
Let me, yeah. But here's the thing, Whitey and Jay. To do business and be a championship contender, you can't just stick at the salary cap. You got to go into the tax. You got to. Let's, we can look it up right now.
The luxury
tax.
And,
yeah.
I mean, just go off of Denver. Jeff said Denver. They're right now, they have the 6th highest payroll in the NBA at 181 million. Next year, they'll move up a couple. They'll move up to 190, and they'll move up to number 4. So that's what it takes, Drapes, to get a championship. Boston is number 2.
Right. But to get him under the cap, don't I? As you said, I would have to move things. I'd have to get guys off the books, right? So I have.
Well, you're trading. I'm going
to have to give up a lot to get him. Do I have enough left? It's like when Kobe they wanted to trade him. He wanted to go to the Bulls, and the Lakers would say, "Okay, we'll trade you to the Bulls, and then we're going to get this guy and that guy and that guy." And Kobe realized, if they trade me to the Bulls are going to be terrible. I don't want to go to the Bulls.
Yeah, but
you think it's going to take that much to get Zack LaVine?
Just in terms of matching the salary is what I'm saying.
But here's the thing,
you have to give up a lot.
Herter and Barnes. That's a start. Now we're almost to 40 million.
That's 13 and
no. That's 17, 5, and 16. We're almost to third. Now we're talking
like 34 million.
Yeah, we're close.
Right there. Those two.
Bye. A bunny rabbit.
And I'll also say this. When you show that you're in a position to compete for a championship, a la Milwaukee with Malik Beasley, or you can get guys. Look at LeBron in Miami, the way he got guys to come on the cheap. You could do that with Sacramento, and you still got your mid-level exception.
Yes. I understand. Well. I agree with you both. I'm just saying I want to make sure I know, because it's not like right now I have this roster that is just overflowing with talent. So if I have to give up a lot to get a guy, I just want to know what I'm giving up. And I understand your point, Jay. I have to give up Herter, Barnes. Okay. All right. I'm willing to do that.
We're 3/4 steer, White. We're 3/4 steer.
I just want to know what else if I have to give up something that's going to hurt. Because I'm already, like I say, my roster already needs improvement.
Yes.
Yeah. Zack LaVine. I can't believe that's where we are today.
Yeah. Yes. I'm excited about Zack LaVine.
Yeah.
Let me real quick here.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the team's cap space, their salary cap this year. Golden State, number 1. Obviously, they did not, they put out the money but didn't get the results. Clippers, contender. Timberwolves.
Are you talking about cap space or salary?
Salary.
Okay.
Clippers.
Money, yeah.
Timberwolves. Suns. I have no idea why the Wizards are on this list. Wizards' 5th highest payroll this year. That's
money well spent.
No.
Aren't they still paying partial of Bradley's Bills money?
Oh, yeah,
as well?
I think so. I think.
And Kuzma got a big deal. And
Jordan Poole's deal. Milwaukee Bucks, Boston Celtics, Denver Nuggets, Lakers, Sixers. You see what I mean?
I do.
I just named 10 teams. 9 of them are championship contenders. You gotta spend money, man.
No, I agree.
You can't just be at the regular, salary cap. That's where we're at.
And you've been told that they are willing to do that, right?
Yes, this was back in January. And I don't know what the situation now is, especially with the Sacramento A's coming to town and whatever money that may tie up or whatever. I was told back in January the cap, they would be willing to go over the cap.
Now, that was Carmichael Dave or somebody?
No. I'm not revealing anything. I'm not. But that's what I was told. I don't know if that's still accurate, but back then, that's what I was told.
When we come back, what is an NBA Awards finalist anyway? And we'll continue to sort this out. We're so close to solving all the Kings
Yes.
problems. Day one of the offseason. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
Last season, the Sacramento Kings gave us a little bit of everything. A Pacific Division title, GM of the Year, Coach of the Year, Clutch Player of the Year, All-Stars and All-NBA performers. Plus, we got to light the beam.
Here's a steal by Fox, the breakaway. He's got the rip with the left hand.
What does this season have in store? Find out. Each and every Sacramento Kings game can be heard right here on your proud home of the Beam team, Sactown Sports at SactownSports.com.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No, we tailor our clients' portfolios to their goals and needs.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission-based products. We're a fiduciary, the highest standard of care for a financial advisor. It means we're obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we have one transparent management fee structured, so we do better when our clients do better.
Sounds like you really look out for your clients.
We do, because our priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly, different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
Welcome to the April Adventures sales event at Kia Vacaville, where they're ushering a new season with unbeatable lease options for their 2024 lineup. As April blooms with possibilities, it's the perfect time to discover the thrill of driving a Kia, featuring the luxurious and versatile Kia Telluride. During April Adventures, Kia Vacaville is excited to unveil their top models with irresistible lease offers. Feel the exhilaration of the all-new Kia Sportage, blending captivating design with dynamic performance. Experience the impressive fuel efficiency of the Kia Niro, a hybrid wonder that stretches your adventures further. And don't miss out on the chance to boost your journeys with the luxurious comfort and practicality of the Kia Telluride. Available now at Kia Vacaville. Embrace the look of spring with their eco-friendly Kia hybrid options, tailored for those who seek efficiency without sacrificing style, with the EV9 in stock. Kia Vacaville is your premier destination for electric excitement. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. For more details, visit Kia Vacaville and embark on your April adventure today.
Welcome to the Tap House Restaurant at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course. With an array of local craft brews from a selection of 20 taps, the Tap House menu boasts freshly made sandwiches, crisp salads, and a variety of specialty entrees. The Tap House is the perfect place for a round after your round at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course, especially during happy hour from 3 to 6 daily. Drop by the Tap House Restaurant for scenic views, exquisite food, and a hearty welcome. The Tap House at Bartley Kavanaugh Golf Course.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T level is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They're in Midtown in the Cal Sutter Medical Building and also offer telemedicine appointments. Plus, with free shipping directly to you, Revive takes the hassle out of treating low T and ED. Schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation today. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-365-4566. That's 916-365-4566 or visit Revive Men's Health.
Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Yeah, man, it's big because I can go somewhere else with a lot more money and be in a worse situation. So you never know. And like I said, I got a great agent that's going to do his job. I think my job is done. I did what I needed to do this year, and it's going to play out. I think it's going to play out in the right way.
Hopefully it plays out in the right way for Kings and Kings fans. Malik Monk, who yesterday was announced as a finalist for the NBA Sixth Man of the Year award. Correct me if I'm wrong, Drapes.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear that, he's a finalist. That would imply that, he could win this thing. But I believe the voting's done, isn't it?
Yeah, the voting's done.
He's like that means he's top 3.
Yes, top 3, and it will be announced on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So the voting's done.
I don't like that when they do that, say, here are the finalists, because that implies like, it could go to one of these guys. Well, it's going to who it's going to. It's already a done deal.
Well,
he's not.
He's a top 3. It's one of those 3 guys.
He was going to finish in the top 3. To say finalist, like if you're a finalist for a job, that means, I could get it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
but it's already
might
decided.
Have no chance. Right. That's what I don't. Baseball started doing that a few years ago.
Yeah.
I don't care for it.
Right.
I feel like they're trying to manipulate me a little bit.
Maybe they are. They're trying to get you hyped. Like, our guy might still. And they already know you're saying. They already know the answer.
Right.
Dude, that's what the NBA is about, though. Creating some drama, some excitement.
You want drama. You want this. You want my trade, my Zack LaVine trade?
Yes.
Because, we remember this, and Kings fans remember this. There was a lot of talk around January of the Bulls have an interest in Kevin Huerter.
Yes.
So if you go to the old trade machine and you go, all right, Zack LaVine to Sacramento for Kevin Huerter, Harrison Barnes, and Trey Lyles, this trade is successful. So financially, the finances on that work out. Do the Bulls want those guys? We don't know. We do know that there were reports in January that they had some level of interest, the Bulls that is, in Kevin Huerter. So,
you know me. I'm all in on Zack LaVine.
You're also all in on the guys on the team now.
Oh, of course. Those are all my guys.
You always have been a big HB guy.
No, HB is my guy, man. Yes. He's a guy that, is a pro's pro, consummate professional. With that being said, I'm looking at Zack LaVine. 29 years old, just turned 29. From Renton, Washington. If you've ever been to Renton, Washington,
is that near Kirkland, Washington?
It might be near Kirkland, Washington. Tough little area. This is a guy who, for his career, averages 20.5 points per game. And people say, Drapes, you only shot 35% from 3 this year.
By the way, anytime anyone disagrees with Kyle Draper, they talk like a total idiot, apparently.
But last year, he shot 37.5. The year before that, 39. Year before that, 42%. So he can shoot the 3. He's a good, very good 3-point shooter, is Zack LaVine. 38% for his career. And he's a multiple-time All-Star who, as Jay mentioned, you might not have to break the bank in terms of assets to go get. You mentioned, trying to match salaries and the players, but maybe 2 first-round picks? Would you guys out there do that? What do you mean?
No, it's a lot. That's all I mean.
Hey, man, it might be the price of business. We have to decide. Are we content with just being 45, 46, 47 wins? Or are we looking at 56, 57, 60 wins? Who do we want to be, Sacramento? That's our question right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I just listed, and was this on camera or off? On air or not? The 10 teams with the highest payroll this past season.
We just did
that. 9 of them are championship contenders, championship aspirations, legitimately. The one outlier, the Washington Wizards. Poor cap management for them. But if you want to be a champion, you got to spend the money, man. And so I don't want to hear, this guy makes $48 million. If he brings you a championship, it's worth it. Look at the Golden State Warriors and what they've done over the last 10 years. They were routinely a luxury tax team. Ask Joe Lacob if he had to do it all over again, would he do it? Hell yeah, he would do it. So don't tell me, I don't want to get this guy. He costs too much. We're already up against the cap. Basically, you're telling me you want to run it back if you say you don't want to bring in a guy who's making $40 million and a guy like Zack LaVine. That's just my point. I don't know.
Yeah, I understand, but you have to look at it, big picture. If you're giving up 2 number ones to get him, okay, that's exciting now, but I'm giving up basically a big part of my future for a guy that has been injured and maybe declining, and I have to pay him a lot of money for the next, 3+ years? So I'm basically saying this is my future. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, that's going to be a tough one to get out from under. Tyler Conway of Bleacher Report wrote back in around the trade deadline time, the Bulls would likely need significant additions to any LaVine trade centered on Herter and Barnes. Herter is only in the second season of a 4-year, $65 million deal. There are too many quality shooters in the NBA at this point to justify paying more than $16 million a year to a shoot first player, not even making a third of his threes.
Nah, but see, I could argue Kevin Herter is a big part of our future going forward. Sure, he had a down season this year. He got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But the year before, and he's still relatively young. What's Kevin Herter, 27? If that? Come on, man. Everybody trying to jettison my guy. Kevin Herter was an integral part last year for the Sacramento. Did he have a down season? Yes. But you know who else had a down season? Keegan Murray. Are we looking to get rid of him? Like, a number of guys had down seasons. And so if you're Monty McNair, who's the real Kevin Herter? Is it what we saw this year or last year? And you have to decide that.
Kevin Herter's 25.
20. So you're trying to tell me we trained a 25-year-old sharpshooter?
A guy,
man, those guys don't grow on trees, fellas.
Coming off and I'm just looking at it from the other team's perspective. Coming off a bad year and an injury. Here's more just from Tyler Conway. LaVine's contract, which runs through 26-27 and pays him more than $40 million a year, is the biggest obstacle in the Bulls exploring his trade market, right? That's a tough contract to
That
trade.
scares a lot of people.
However, having one overpaid borderline all-star is better than two overpaid role players, in this writer's opinion.
Dang.
Yeah.
Was that about our guys?
Yes.
Yeah,
those are the two.
Bond.
Those would be the two overpaid role players in this scenario.
Gosh.
Doesn't mean he's right, but it would mean that, and it sounds like the Kings were trying to get somebody to bite on a package with those two, and either they didn't like what they were getting back or no one was that interested.
Well, first of all, that contract scares a lot of people.
Yes.
But when you are a
And
small
that's why you
market,
might not have to give up as
right,
much.
right. And when you are a small market, how else are you going to get those caliber players?
You're right.
You're not signing nobody in the free agency to that kind of offer sheet.
Right.
You're not getting that. You don't have that cap space. Basically, when you look at the Kings, and I think we've all agreed, you need upper level talent. Well, you're not going to find upper level talent at $18 million. You're going to have to pay to get upper level talent. Jaylen Brown ain't going to be on the market. They're not trading Jaylen Brown. If Jaylen Brown, then you do that. You have to take some guys with some warts and hope that when they come here, unless you just want to build through the draft. And I think we're past that point.
You're right. There's three options at this point. One is you stay on the path that you're on now.
Okay.
Right. Last year, you don't do much. You win games. You're 40-something wins. Maybe you get in the playoffs. You're in that middle ground, right? That's one option. You could stay with that. Two, you could swing for the fences trying to get Zack LaVine or whoever, Jeremy Grant, make a trade that you're going to maybe mortgage some of your future, but bring in that big star.
Yes.
Or three, like you just said, or you tear it down and tank and rebuild through the draft. Those are your three options.
Those are your three options.
That's the only three ways you can go from here.
Right. But what's the more likely scenario? The last option, you're not tearing it down. You're not building through the draft. You're not doing that. And the first option,
stay the course.
Will the fan base accept that?
We saw how they accepted it this year.
Right. It was rough.
Yeah.
And I don't think the fan base will be comfortable with another offseason of not making major moves. Like, this fan base is let's be honest, impatient right now.
Mm-hmm.
They want it now.
You don't want to be what the Pacers were before they traded Domas, which was, I think, 4 years in a row, first round and out.
Right. Well, take a look at the Pacers. They're a prime example. They went for it. They're going to re-sign Pascal Siakam. Is it enough to get them a championship? I don't know. Probably not.
But they're relevant.
But they're relevant. They're going for it. They will be in the playoffs without question the next 5 years. Tyrese is only going to get better. Matherin's only going to get better. They're set. We didn't even make the playoffs this year.
Mm-hmm.
something drastic might have to be done, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Something, I don't know what it is, but just being patient and letting it grow might not get you in the playoffs next year. Can we have another year of not making the postseason?
Well, that's the other thing. I agree with you about building through the draft, like tanking, tearing it down. Orlando did that, and it didn't work. This is like their second try.
Took a while, yes.
And where's this going to go? It
Right.
looks like they're in a good place right now, but we don't know how good that
Right.
team is. But remember with Vucevic and Aaron Gordon?
Yeah, they had
did
some
it.
talent, and it didn't
really work.
But fellas, that they missed on the picks.
Yes.
Like
That's
they
the
missed
danger
on
of
their top, on their
Did
top
they?
tier. As
On
far as
Gordon?
like top
on Vucevic,
They were good players, but it just
as
didn't
far
work.
as like superstar.
They never found
Yeah,
the
the guy.
Okay.
Yeah,
like Paolo maybe is.
like Paolo's the guy. Like I
It's
don't
hard
think you
to
can
do.
he's
argue.
galvanized. He's put it all together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like to
Paolo's
them, I think they see him as maybe 3-4 years down the road. Once all the KDs, the LeBrons, all those guys are. We expect Paolo to be going head to head with Booker's and Jason Tatum.
Right.
Like I think they expect that. When Aaron Gordon kind of got hurt, I think their trail kind of veered off a little bit.
Yeah. Look at OKC. They're doing it right, correct? It's a wonderful job they've done.
Taking
They
too long,
drafted.
though, lady.
But
OKC's taking too long.
Man, they've
They the
garnered
number
like
one
100
seed.
picks. Well, I think now though, but they've kind of garnered. It's been 10 years.
But you know what they did? They traded a star to get at the time a future star.
That's what I'm saying. For all the great picks they've made, they built this team. The guy who was the man there is the guy they traded for.
Exactly.
They didn't draft him.
A young guy with potential.
Yes.
Who's that next guy then? And are we willing to make a big trade like that? I don't think. They gave away Paul George, though, but we don't have Paul George. We're trading to get that young guy.
Right.
It's frustrating. That's right. Dude, we've been doing the show for 3 hours and 40 minutes and still have not come up with the answer yet for the Kings.
When we come back, what a year it's been since the A's announced they were moving to Vegas. And I'm sure we'll have more thoughts on where the Kings go from here. With the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Harrison Barnes plays here.
Harrison Barnes drives it, hammers it. The Black Falcon soaring into the night sky on a Monday evening in Northern California.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Fulsom Lake Kia.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. A cool down is coming. We'll have an onshore breeze Monday night. Temperatures starting in the low 50s Tuesday. Mix of clouds and sunshine with a high in the mid 70s in the afternoon. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Spring savings continue at Folsom Lake Kia. Low payments, special offers, 0 down deals on approval of credit. Shop your trusted Kia dealership for over 25 years and tell them DC sent you. FolsomLakeKia.com.
If you're looking for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance, we're Term Provider, experts in finding affordable term life insurance for those that may not be in perfect health. Prostate cancer, heart conditions, high cholesterol, or on prescription medications, you may still qualify for $500,000 to $1 million or more of affordable term life insurance. Call Term Provider at 800-337-4168. 800-337-4168.
Okay, guys, we got to put our trays up for takeoff.
Where's Dad?
Oh, he's in the back. We could only get 3 seats together.
Daddy has my pillow.
We'll get it later. Can you not put your feet up, please?
Why aren't we going?
We must be in line for takeoff.
Like security?
Well, that was a different line.
I have to go.
We just sat down.
But I have to go.
The seatbelt sign's on.
Why aren't we moving?
Hey, no kicking.
We're just 15th in line for takeoff.
Son of a...
Don't go there. Go on a real vacation. Go RVing. Learn more at GoRVing.com.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Thinking of remodeling your home? Say goodbye to endless internet searches and visit Subcontractors United. Find a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in each home service category. From cabinets to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy. with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies. Aren't, right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. You know, people come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything, you probably haven't tried Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate, the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort. See what we can do for you with a free arch support fitting. Just stop in or schedule an appointment. With over 200 stores, there's likely one in your neck of the woods. Find yours at goodfeet.com.
Everybody needs Good Feet.
Hey, UC Davis fans, Aggie football season tickets are available now. Whether you're coming out to see the dynamic, fast-paced offense under new head coach Tim Plow and All-American running back Land Larison, or bringing the kids out to roll down the grass hills and run on the field at halftime's more your speed, UC Davis Football Games has something for everyone. Secure your 6 Saturday games now with a season ticket package by calling the ticket office at 530-752-2471 or go online at ucdavisaggies.com/tickets. Go Ags!
Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Can you believe it? According to my sources, it was exactly a year ago that the A's announced they were moving to Las Vegas. And here we are a year later, and it seems like, I don't know where they're going, but it doesn't look like they're going to Las Vegas.
I know. Is this thing falling apart? Like, the whole narrative, like, the vibe has changed. Like,
yeah.
Who do we, you sent it to me in the text, you and Jay. Who was it that said, until I see shovels in the ground and Jeff Passan going up?
Jay sent that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. It almost looks like the A's knew that, all right, we have to get a stadium deal agreed to by January, whatever, in order to continue to get money from Major League Baseball. We don't really want to go there, but we have to have the plan in place so we can continue to be a revenue sharer. So I don't know. Maybe they've been taking MLB for a ride as well, in addition to the rest of us.
I wouldn't be surprised, right? Knowing John Fisher and the way he operates, I would not be surprised.
And can you believe a year from now, presumably, whenever the Kings season ends next year, who knows how far it'll go? But then we'll be talking about the Sacramento A's, I think.
This time next year, right?
Yeah.
And what you say?
Sacramento.
They beat the Yankees today?
2-0.
Dude, think about our reaction this time next year when they beat the Yankees. We're going to get fitted for rings. We're going to talk about parades and everything. Like, seriously, this would be huge news today.
Kotsay doesn't know what he's doing, guys.
I know, right?
They need to dump Kotsay.
That would be, oh, man. This time next year, it could be wild.
Yeah.
Around here.
And,
Kings in the playoffs.
I think it's this Saturday that the Oakland 68s and
is it? Yeah, this last Saturday, and
they will be out at Sutter Health Park, and they'll be protesting.
27th. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Saturday.
No. Yeah. Sell.
I know. I'm gonna have to go to a game soon though at Sutter Health. I've only been once.
I want to go to a game with him because he really knows baseball,
and he's the mayor of Sacramento. Everybody know Jay. Jay's like, yeah, come on, guys. City of trees.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys are telling me, and it's funny because I've gone over this, I guess, outlook of what the A's could be in the next 2 or 3 years, and I always tell myself, like, this is just temporary. This isn't permanent. But I also understand, and I have the belief that Vivek is no fool.
Right.
I believe he made the play with knowing there may be another play down the road that may assist him in bringing the Kings, the A's here.
Yeah.
If that is to happen, now, man, listen, I'm the happiest Oakland A fan that ever could be.
I'm with you, Jay. I think, and somebody on the YouTube chat said Vivek isn't playing checkers. He's playing chess. I think so. And because he's publicly stated bringing a second major professional team here has been his goal.
Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting, not to change subjects, guys, but along the same lines, you see the Phoenix Coyotes, the Arizona Coyotes.
Yeah.
Salt Lake City.
Yep.
Could that have been us?
Yes, he was in on that.
Right.
He
tried, right?
But it was, I think one of the biggest problems was the Golden One was the setup for hockey was did not work there, because
really
where some of the seats
are, you couldn't push them back enough, right?
Yeah.
But
and I don't know if it had any chance, but that was a killer.
But let's make sure we put this out there because he bid and then removed the bid.
That's right.
He said that he was going to keep the team there, though.
Oh,
he was not moving the team.
Oh,
he was not going to move the team.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
He was not. That's what he's on record as saying he would not move the team.
Yes.
Man.
Which a play to make a play. You can't tell me he's not trying to bring that team this way.
Jay said a play to make a play. That's interesting. I don't know, man. I'm getting more on board and excited about baseball here in Sacramento. I know we're still a year away, or now less than a year, but I think it's going to change the whole vibe of this city, especially summertime and
great baseball team.
Yeah, I think so. And I understand it's not a good franchise in terms of wins and losses, but they've actually had, and I need to look this up, but I think they've had a respectable start to this season.
14, something like that.
That's
and it's really the Guardians. The Guardians keep whooping on them. They're doing fantastic against everybody else. They've lost 6, I believe, or 7 against the Guardians.
Right. Yeah. 4-6 their last 10. I mean, 9-14, and you look at a team like the Giants, only one game up, 10-13.
That's right.
Like you could,
it just seems so far off. It's like I'll believe it when I see it.
They're better than the Astros right now.
You need the shovels in the ground here in Sacramento.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Right, you need the shovels in the ground, right?
All right. I guess we'll be back tomorrow talking about this Kings off season. Huh?
Yeah.
Here you go. This is Ozzy, new Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." We'll talk to you tomorrow.
1, 2, 3, and let's go out to the ball game. Let's go out to the